great day for a race today. Leave it all out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. I got a good feeling about today, guys. Do something pretty special today. Green, green, green.
Holy cow! We had the big one to end the race. Oh, we got a giant pack back here. Holy cow!
Here we come. Go, 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 go. Got to be kidding me.
Didn't even make it a lap.
Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Wow, that was dumb.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Tonight we're gonna start pretty hot. We have the race beginning in just a couple of minutes here. We are doing a doubleheader tonight at Kern County Raceway, so we're getting off to an early start. I did post a prediction for lap 1 caution, so be sure to put your points on that, and we should be getting started pretty quickly here. So far in the booth, it's just me tonight. I don't see Bill online. I don't know if he got the memo that we're going to be starting early, so he might be rolling in a little bit late. Also, Stuart said he might join as well, but no guarantees there. It does look like actually qualifying is wrapping up already, so we can go ahead and check in on that. Got a couple guys left to run qualifying. Currently sitting P1 Joe Stafford in the 75 car just ran a 18.09. So that's currently the fastest lap that we've seen so far. I believe this is Michael Deitch running his lap right now. This is a tricky track. So progressive banking, I believe it gets up to, I want to say 14 degrees in the corners and 8 degrees on the straights. So definitely speed all around this track. But it being a short track, we saw what happened last week with the numerous amount of cautions. Trying to get a feel for these new cars, understand how they drive. So hopefully some guys learned some valuable lessons last week, and we'll see that tonight. But hey, we'll see. What's up, everybody in the chat? Yep, thanks so much for coming out tonight. Little Crayon, nice to see you, man. Thanks for coming back. Yeah, there are a lot of Cup drivers signed up tonight, so you know what that means. We're gonna see the pinnacle of skill. So there'll be way less cautions tonight, surely, right? And as I mentioned, all for the ticket of $9. Yeah, all for a $9 ticket. Yeah, and the name of this race is crazy. So look, I'll say the name. Give me 1 second. Let me pop up the grid there. The name of this race tonight. All right, bear with me for a second. It's the Project K-9 Heroes West Coast Stock Car Motorsport Hall of Fame 150 at Kern County Raceway. That is the most ridiculous name to a race I have ever heard in my life. That is the longest name, and I'll be sure to say it as many times as I can too. So I'll be sure to get that sponsor out as many times as I can. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, so glad you guys are out. We love putting these races on for you. But be sure to give me some grace tonight. It's just a one-man show for now, so I'll be doing my best to try to catch as much of the action as I can. But you know, I'm just one guy, just one normal guy, so there's only so much I can do. Does look like the competitors are lining up on the grid. Let me go to the grid cam right here. The grid. There we go. Starting P1, Joe Stafford. Always a fast race car driver, so no surprise there. Starting on the pole. Starting P2, Cameron Albertson. Third place, Trevor Vaden. Haven't seen Trevor Vaden, I think, in a couple weeks, so I know some of these guys are running just the West Coast, some East Coast series. This is the second race of the West series. First race was Phoenix, so we might see some names that we don't normally see. Fourth place, not one of those names, Waylon Nelson II. Fifth place in the 54 machine, the boss man himself, Corey Mott. Sixth place, Jarod Fowler. Seventh place, Mark Morton. Eighth place, Patrick McPeak. Ninth place, Nathaniel Campbell. 10th place, Cameron Romano. 11th place, Garth Griswold. 12th place, Kat Wheeler. 13th, Cody Leach. 14th, Richard Myers. 15th, Joe Gibbons. 16th, Noah Hunt. 17th, Mason T. Hoffner. 18th, Michael Deitch. 19th, Jay Salmon. 20th, Dustin Hardy. And we'll just do the top 20 for now. They're already rolling around the track. Got the pace car. I believe pace car is actually going to come off this time. The lights are off unless they delay it here. We just have to wait and see. Oh, pace car is still on, so we might do one more parade lap here. Who you guys got tonight? I know these races are like is rolling the dice. Look, there's a lot of cautions, a lot of wrecks, so definitely a lot of chances for drivers to get taken out. And there's no fast repairs this week either, so it'll be interesting to see as we see the pace car there taking the left turn off onto pit lane, waiting on the start of the flag waiver. And we're green flag here at Kern County Raceway. Joe Stafford on the inside line getting a great jump. 14 of Cameron Albertson doing a great job to stay on the outside. We do have a blinker on the inside there, but it looks like we're going to make it cool around. So far, so green here at Kern County. Don't think we got any cautions on the first lap there, so the knowers wouldn't get that first prediction. Side by side here for third place. Cameron Albertson in third position, and we're single file through about 10 positions now. Further back, we do have some side by side racing, it looks like. Oh, Bill's here. Hey, Bill.
How are ya?
I'm good. We got an early start. So.
Late. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I completely forgot about the early start too. So, and we do have the first caution out. Hey, 5 green flag laps. That's not nothing.
It's better than last week.
Yeah.
But it's a different type of track this week. Less cars.
Yeah.
It's a lot wider track too in Kern County. Owned by, of course, Kevin Harvick, NASCAR fame.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really proud of this racetrack, and it's kind of fun to drive. Did a modified race here earlier this week, and I should say. And it's very fast to the corners, big momentum track. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yep. People said you had to grab a cold case before this race, which I completely understand. We might. It's We got a double header tonight, so we're gonna be here for a while.
No, I think it's we're gonna get green flag laps. It's gonna run quick.
Okay, I like the positivity.
Maybe I'll jump in the second race. Who knows?
That would be cool. Live broadcast from the car.
Ooh. Stafford once again showing speed in the 75.
Yep, he was the pole sitter today, so
Yep. Come on, good. Trying to get my puppy in the house. Don't know why I call her a puppy. She weighs almost as much as I do. Can you take that off of her? All right, now I got the animals in the house. Yeah, I didn't really practice that much on this with this car. I was there with the like I said, a modified.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not sure how this track is going to be with these cars.
Yeah, I wasn't able to turn any laps here either. But I would hope a lot of these guys took a lot of time to practice and really understand the track and how to react to these cars. But looks like pace car is off again, and we are waiting for Joe Stafford to get the restart done. And great jump on the inside there by Joe Stafford. Got a car length clear of the 79 going into one.
Oh, a
Backing
couple
up
of cars
just a
side
bit.
by side. Another caution.
Oh yeah, another caution. Let's see. You know what? I just realized I didn't even catch the first caution. I didn't even go back and watch. Oh.
Oh, there it is. Car just had help.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of an accordion on the top. Going into one. 60 just clears out the double zero there. And again, I mentioned earlier, Bill, there's actually no quick repair this week, so we may see the field size shrink pretty dramatically if we can't get it cleaned up. Which honestly, I think not having a quick repair is for the best.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine, and it's gonna clear up real fast. I'm not worried about it this week.
Obviously, yeah, it stinks if you're the car that gets taken out, not at your fault at all, but I think as a whole it should help. So, and let me actually jump back to that first caution there, because I completely forgot to look at that. It looks like there's several cars involved. This was the first caution. Oh, that wasn't, but oh, so there was actually a wreck coming out of the grid. What is this? Maybe?
Ugh.
I don't know. So there was
Not what you want to see on the opening parade laps either.
This was the first caution, not the parade lap, but it's like in the back. We just had some side-by-side racing here. And the 20 just got loose on the top and collected a couple cars there.
Overcorrected.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of speed in this track, so you know you can get that nose loose coming off the corner. If you underfoot it, so.
Stafford and Veda, and out front, Albertson, Nelson, and Mott. The top five, McPeak, Norton, Romano up in the 15. Good to see him as they come off of turn 4. And a beautiful jump by the 75 in Stafford, and he's going to have a huge lead going off turn 1. Coming down the back straightaway, a little bit of backup in that outside lane behind the 79 of Vaden.
As you got 4 or 5 cars going bumper to bumper there, trying to stay out of trouble. Rest of the field's kind of gathering around, taking it easy through there. I don't know if we've got
I
another
think,
caution
yeah,
coming out.
yeah, we had another caution thrown there.
Oh boy. Well, to be honest with you, these ARCA cars need to be redone, to be honest with you. They need to be updated and changed a little bit. They're a little bit too I don't even know how to describe it, but they're not the ARCA cars of old for sure.
You think
And
you think they're too easy to drive for their own good?
I don't know if that's drafting, they definitely you can draft from 30 miles behind and catch up. The
Yeah.
draft is crazy in these cars, but it's just I don't know. There's something about them. It just doesn't feel right. And the official races are undrivable. There's just
Hmm.
so many issues. So it's
Yeah, I mean, we
kind of a
watched
new Arctic car.
we watched that caution together. I don't think that was the car. But
No, but
I get what you're saying though.
you have a car and you get a little overconfident in it, or you're expecting your car to do one thing
Sure. Yeah.
and it does something else. But it seems like the ARCA series is on a downfall in iRacing.
Hmm.
It just it's nothing but cautions. But not so much cautions, but just wrecks, you know. But as you know, it doesn't matter what league you're in, it happens everywhere because I got taken out of my cup league race last night on lap 2.
Hmm. Yeah.
So happens everywhere. But so far, Stafford out front went 19, and then 19 laps down. We're going to restart with lap 20. This track is kind of like if they redid North Wilkesboro with that faster, higher line, that's how this track would be. It's very similar to that, except that much,
Okay. Yeah.
much more of a sweep in the corner. Green flag there. Stafford once again gets the lead on that bottom line. Albertson trying to hang tight in second. Hayden flies in third position in front of Mott right now with McPeak in fifth. McPeak in fifth, excuse me. Oh, kind of a shuffle in the back of the pack comes up the corner 3 wide. Everybody makes it through as they head off into turns 3 and 4. Coming out of the back, straightaways side by side, as you see there for 6th and 7th place. These guys are pushing it pretty hard towards the front of the pack. You see Vaden there trying to stay ahead of these guys. And another caution comes out.
Is it me or do they need to turn the lights on?
Yeah.
It seems very dark.
Okay. I'm glad that's not just me.
It seems very dark. Anyways, looks like, yeah, we had another caution there. It looks like the 60 Pat Wheeler getting himself loose off the back of the, let's say, what was that, the 23?
Now connected to Bill's iPhone.
Yeah, just driving in hard and then checking up hard.
Well, you know what? Now I'm wondering if it's getting dark for us, how is it on the track for these guys?
Let's go on board real quick with someone and see.
Not too bad yet. Not too bad yet. It's
attempted payback. Maybe. I love the beefster though. Did they have a run in earlier? I didn't see.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm looking into right now to see if they did. Starting to see a couple of these guys move up. Leach is up in that 23. He's in the 9th spot now. Romano up to 8th. Morton is in 7th. Mott is in 6th. Nelson is in 5th.
Here, sorry folks, I'm gonna see if I can make this a little better. 'Cause I can't see at all. I know you guys can't see, so let's see if that.
I think they forgot to turn the lights on again.
I just cranked that brightness up, but I might mute out the colors a little bit, but I just was not able to see anything.
Pace cars coming on down, side by side, Stafford and Albertson on that outside line of the 14 car. See how good of a jump Albertson can get right now. Stafford can run away, and Stafford again gets a huge jump on Albertson. Kind of leaves Vaden back in the spot in the 79 car. He's in 3rd. He's fighting with Albertson, but Albertson on the outside is going to have a little bit better line coming off in the turn 4, 3 and 4. And again, we have another problem in the back of the field. Another car goes around, but it looks like we're going to stay green so far. Look for the back of the
Cormont
pack.
getting the 91, getting him loose, but they're all still rolling there.
Yeah, these guys getting really aggressive too early in this race. We have plenty of time for them to move forward right now.
Yeah, yeah, and with no stages really, other than a halfway caution and no fast repairs. You know, just take it easy for a little bit. The cream will rise to the top if you just settle in and put your laps down.
Corey Mott kind of in the middle of that pack. I tell you that Corey Mott likes to, save his car to the end of the race, but I understand that I get made fun of by Julia and Corey when I do mention that. So I'm not going to bring it up anymore.
What did they say? They say he likes to save his car to the end.
Repeating myself. Well, you know what?
Like
I think we need
he
to
saves
get,
it for after the race.
Julia needs to get up to the booth one of these nights.
Yeah, it looks like we're single file for most of the top 5. Though it looks like for the lead, we actually have a battle between the 79 of Trevor Vaden and actually, sorry folks, this is for second place.
Second place, yeah, and Albertson. Now it's you can see the two lines here, but Albertson just gets up way too high up into that wall. The 79 has the preferred line there, and now Albertson on that outside line, his car is starting to go away a little bit on the handling, and he's going to get trained by the 69 right now and the 9 behind him.
And it looks like we have a caution that comes out, but I was just going to mention, I mean, once this track gets rubbered up and these tires kind of have some laps on them, the top line might be the preferred line, but right off the bat, I think that lower line is going to be the preferred line.
Is that Corey Mott or Jim Mott in the 54? It might be Jim Mott.
Jim Mott's in the 20. Corey is in the 54.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Just getting loose. We saw a couple cars get loose coming out of 2 there. That's Carson Klingelhofer.
These guys look like they're having a good time out there tonight in the new car.
Yeah, just...
Whoa! Just got off that rear tire a little bit too hard there. Now, that's pretty easy to do here. But this track is a lot of fun. If you don't have it, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a fun track. It's kind of like you were saying, a little bit like North Wilkesboro, but
the corners are much more sweeping. Like you come off the straightaways and it really kind of starts arcing yourself right into the corner, and very fast. It's a lot of fun. This track is out in California, Bakersfield, California, or something like that.
okay. Yeah, I knew it was in California. I wasn't exactly sure where.
I'm not sure, but I mean, Bakersfield is a complete guess.
It is Bakersfield. That's right. Kern County
Is
is
it really?
Bakersfield. Yep.
The only reason why I said Bakersfield is because I couldn't think of any other city in California. So
Wow.
there you go. Talk about a luck. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. But we're up to lap 36 now out of 150 in the first act of this doubleheader tonight. Stafford's been the lead car pretty much most of the night, other than the pace car, as he leads Baden off of turn number 4. Full throttle down. He gets a huge jump off of Baden. Baden's going to slide down as McPeak looks underneath in the 79. McPeak is going to be real tough on the bottom line as
Oh,
he
and the
comes down the
79
back
getting loose up
straightaway.
top.
Oh, man, and that's a big one. You saw the 79 car. There it is. Yeah. You know, we
Yeah.
knew that was going to come. The 79 car looked like it was just trying to hold on, gave it a little bit too much pedal, got loose, touched the wall, and you saw another car get up on 2 wheels, and that was a big one.
Yeah, it just looks like the 79 got loose up top. We've seen a couple cars running this high line here. Once they get too far high there, the car just really lightens up on them. So he was able to save it, but obviously behind him, the reaction of that caused some more issues.
You can see how they have the really sweeping corners like that. Yeah, back there, car gets into the wall. There's that accordion effect starting up, and everybody's banging up with each other, and one car ends up going around.
Yeah, and the 91 actually took probably the hardest shot there. Having to check up for this guy. Well, not much of a checkup, but he had no time to react there.
And nowhere to go. It looks like he got a little door ding back for a little thank you there. It wasn't his fault. Well, it's the ARCA series. We're up to lap 40 right now out of 150. This would actually qualify as an ARCA West Series race. Last week we had the ARCA East. All part of the national points.
I think the first ARCA West race was in Phoenix, so this would be the second of the series.
That's right. These cars are a lot more fun on the short tracks than they are on the larger tracks. Here they go again, one more time, coming out of turns 3 and 4, side by side. The 75 and the 69 with the 14 and the 4 behind. They're getting ready to hammer down once again. The 75 is a great jump. The 4 gets to the back of the 69 car, comes and gives him a little boot. Catches up, and that momentum is going to carry him solely into second place as the 14 car is going to get trapped on the inside lane. Can the 4 capitalize on the outside as they come around the corner? And so far, Albertson is kind of squeezing away from these guys, leaving them a little bit. McPeak up there is starting to get challenged a little bit now, but
yeah, Morton's making that top line work there.
Yeah, that outside line seems to be working a little bit better on the inside line. I think that from the looks of it, they have a little bit better entrance.
Yeah, you see the 79 rolling the top on the 54 there, and Corey's going to be able to defend him. 79 getting loose on the top again. I actually think he was like the guy that got loose up there last time, so he may be looking to come down to the bottom soon.
Seems as if there's a very low tolerance area up there, and if you're a little bit too far over, you're going to kiss that wall. Now you're starting to see the 14 of Albertson come back on the 59 to McPeak, and they're kind of swapping positions for a second, but McPeak is back on the outside, and now he's going to come up and challenge the 4 car.
And it looks like actually Mark Morton was able to get past the 69 there, so he's up to second spot, up 5 positions total. Further back, we have some more side-by-side 16 and 15 car here going at it for 7th position, I believe.
And Morton did that real quick because he was in about 5th spot 3 laps ago.
Yeah.
But look who's in that 5th spot now as Cody Leach has moved his way up.
Cody Leach looking strong here, up 8 spots total. He's working hard on the 14 to Cameron Albertson now. Just go on board with him real quick.
Cody Leach, one of my favorite drivers, one of the superstars of the Cup Series.
Oh, he's just real tight on that bumper there.
Yeah, gives him a little love tap, moves him up a little bit, gets underneath him, but he's battling hard on the outside. Albertson's got a good car. I think eventually, though, he's just going to have to give it up to Leach. What Leach will do is he'll leave him hanging on the outside and just let him wear down his tires.
Yeah, but he's not going to give it up super easily here. Looks like Leach still has some work to do.
Yeah, he does. But I think that 14 car is working his tires just a little bit harder than that 23 car. That's going to hurt him later on in the tail end of this run, I think.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna take a caution at 75 for the halfway point. So have about a little bit less than 15 laps until that. Sorry, more than that. A little bit less than 25 laps.
Yeah, Wheeler moves his way up. He's in 8th spot now. Mr. Deitch in the 81 car is in 9th with Ramon 10th. Campbell moved his way up in that 16 car. He's in 7th. Mont watching this battle in front of him, not sure what to do. He kind of wants to get in there, but he kind of doesn't. Let these guys burn their stuff up, and he can capitalize on it if he is patient enough.
Oh, 14 getting loose on the outside, but he's still able to roll the top. Cody Leach going to try to take advantage of that. The 14 just has too much momentum coming off these corners, and they're just completely matching each other, it looks like.
Yeah, but no, that 14 car is really starting to burn up his stuff. And we saw what happened to the 79 car of Maiden. He's fallen all the way back to the 13th position after he hit the wall and then got hit from behind a couple of times. So you need to be careful on that outside line.
Oh, caution's out. Cody Leach actually going to the inside wall.
Cody Leach loses it and comes down and touches the wall.
Yeah, it just looks like the 14 got loose above him. I don't know if he saw that out of the corner of his eye and just caused him to pull the wheel a little bit harder than he needed to. But the caution actually came from a different position further back in the field. Let's see if we can. It's like Jay Salmon might have gotten involved in something. Let's see.
Now, he should be able to get his positions back because he's spun under caution. Oh, there it is, the 76 car.
Yeah, just went around on the exit there of 4. Let's see. Yeah, the 23-14 had been battling for about 4 or 5 laps side by side. I think they both just coming out of 2 here got a little bit loose. Just trying to put the power down to get the advantage, and 14 was able to save Cody riding it into the inside wall, but it doesn't look too bad for him. His car looks fine.
They both got loose at the same time, just really trying to beat each other back onto the throttle. And that's what wins you a race. Whoever can get back on that throttle first coming out of the corners, that's what's going to win you a race. It's not entering the corner. You want to be fast off the corner.
Yep, and it looks like just going through our standings right now, Mark Morton up 5 spots, currently sitting P2. Patrick McPeak up 5 spots as well, sitting P3. Other notable movers, Cody Leach up 8 spots, sitting in 5th. Michael Deitch in the 8th position, up 10 spots. Good good start to the race for him. Cat Wheeler also up 3 spots, sitting in 9th place. So the top 10 there, a lot of fast drivers. Nathaniel Campbell's currently sitting 7th spot.
Cat Wheeler, he's been fast in every series that we've seen him in so far this year. So would like to see him be able to move up. Last week really couldn't move up anywhere. It was, I think the longest green flag run we had was 5 laps. So we're looking to better that again tonight. I think we have a couple of times, so we're in pretty good shape. Once again, the pace car comes down onto the apron. The 75 of Stafford looking to get a good jump on Morton on the outside, and he does. And right there, you see Albertson get a better jump than Morton, and he's going to try to go on that outside line one more time. But that 4 car is definitely going to have the better handling to come out on top in that second position right now. Now you're starting to see McPeak in that 69 car starting to battle with Albertson, gets alongside of him. That's going to slow those two down. And you're going to see Morton and Stafford just wave goodbye to them. Right behind them is Cody Leach in the 23 car. He's trying to battle up from earlier issues. And behind him is the 45 of Corey Mott. He's battling back with Campbell as well. Now, all of these guys are running pretty hard. Now you see Wheeler even moving up already a position. They know that 75 lap break coming up. He's riding fast here to try to get the lead for that stop. After Morton, McPeak out front, Deitch, Mott, your top 5 further back in the field. You got Nelson, who had a moment a few minutes ago, just was able to catch himself for losing a position. Cat Wheeler, you see him real smooth on and off the gas here and throughout the corners. Really nice line. He's letting the gas, if you watch him come out of the corners, he's letting the gas pedal steer the car. Getting that back to kind of roll right easy all the way up to the wall. You see the 15 car get real loose right there. Oh, no!
It looks like everyone was able to save it, but you did see the 15 car shoot across the windshield of Cat Wheeler. And actually, yeah, we are under caution again.
I was going to say, I think we're under caution again.
I believe that was a Nathaniel Campbell.
Cat Wheeler went flying way up the... Oh, that's what happened there.
Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, 16 kind of just got whipped there. Let's see. Better view of that. Man,
oh, yeah.
14 just got a little loose, got the rear a little loose on the outside, and just smacked the 16 there.
Yeah, give him the old chowder down to the bottom of the wall right there. Where's Numchuck Tyler when you need him? If you don't know who Numchuck Tyler is, check him out on Instagram. He'll make you smile, that's for sure. Out front, so it's still Stafford in that 75. He's been leading this thing pretty much all night. Leach has been a mover. Him and Martin have moved up now. McPeak is hanging on in the 3rd. He's been wanting to battle with Morton. It's going to be interesting to watch these two. I think the 75 is going to get another good jump. Morton is going to struggle to keep the 79 behind him because the 79 at the start of these restarts seems to be very strong in that lower line. And I know he'd love to get that Morton in that 4 car just a little bit upset going into the corners to make him move up. And behind him is Cody Leach. So those cars work together, you know, who knows, they could be leading this thing real quick.
Yep, and coming back around to the green flag here, we'll be on lap 70. So it should be about a 5-lap shootout before we throw the halfway caution. And again, this is a double header, so we'll be driving to lap 150, then we'll re-rack it, run 150 more laps.
And you watch the 150 laps in the second one will go by quick because there'll be only 2 cautions. So.
Yeah.
There goes the pace car down on the apron, 2x2 coming off of turn 4. And once again, Stafford gets a great jump on that bottom line. Gets way out in front of Morton, and Morton's able to clear McPeak, which is good news for him. McPeak trying to battle in. Behind him is Leach in the 14 car. Once again, if Albertson kisses that outside wall, something he's going to have to get that car fixed at some point because he's having a hard time coming off these corners. That's really the only battle right now where they're side by side, the 14 of Albertson and Mott. That time, Mott just barely beat him back to the line. For the fact that 3 wide, way back, one car going way wide. That's not what you want to see when you're behind that back. You see one car right there going sideways. Caution's going to come out again, or are we going to stay green? We might stay green. Seems like everybody got going again. 2x2 here, or that's not something that you really hope to be in.
Yeah.
When you're on that 5th car in this pack right here, at some point, side by side like that is not going to work. So one car is going to go around, and usually they can back down on the track. So you got to be careful of where they're going to get you.
Yeah, we should see the caution coming out this time by for the halfway caution. Corey able to clear the 14 there actually and slide into 5th position.
That's like where he wants to be because you want to be on the inside lane for the restart here. Leach moved himself up in the 4th spot right now. Deitch is up to 6. Albertson, after hitting the wall a couple of times, is kind of falling back to 7th spot. He's battling. He has his hands full now with Wheeler.
Yep, and now the caution's out for that halfway point.
There it is. Well, we're starting to get some good green flag runs now, so I think they kind of sorted everything out, and less cars than last week.
Yeah, let's pull Michael Deitch into the booth real quick. Up 12 spots, currently sitting 6th spot, 6th position. So let's see if I can get him in here. Hey, Mike, you're in the booth. No, he's not. 1 second. I think he might be in a locked channel, actually. I don't know if I can move him.
Well, it looks like he's busy with a pit stop right now anyways, so pretty much the whole entire field coming down right now. Not really surprised to see this.
We did have one guy stay out. Cameron Romano actually elected to stay out here. Let's see if he...
Did he pit the one of the last times?
No, he has not pitted yet. So
all right, well,
let's see if he stays out.
Yeah, well, his problem that he's going to have now is everybody behind him is going to be impatient, and they're going to have new tires, and he's not. And they're going to be about a second faster lap than him, and he's going to drop like a rock if he doesn't get run over. So, if this was a bigger track, maybe.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like he didn't run enough hard laps on those tires where he feels like there's still a lot of life in them. They might have got like a little bit hot, but there's really no wear. So that's the only thing I can think about. But Romano, I mean, he's I want to say he's finished pretty strong past couple of races from the ARCA series. So we'll just have to wait and see.
He's been around for a while. Not a bad strategy if you think about it. Wait a little bit longer, another 25 or so laps, get down to where there's only 50 laps, and then come in for your tires. Yep. I mean, you're not going to lose a lap, and you're going to be in really good shape with a brand new set of tires.
Yeah, and you might just get blown by these first couple cars, but I mean, if he drops back a handful of spots and we just get more cautions, yeah, he could be sitting top 10 and go in for tires and see what happens there. But definitely a lot of drama in the back too, so being up front is not the worst place to be.
No, but then again, you don't want to wait too long to come in, or else you're going to be too late because he's not going to be able to finish this race on fuel. So coming up, we'll see what he can do here. Back on the field. see the difference between the old tires, and new tires, because Stafford's able to stay with 15 of the Romano, and he's actually going to take the lead coming down the back straightaway. You see Romano now looks like he has a treat stump attached to his back
Cody Leach
bumper.
around,
There
and
goes
he's
Leach.
collecting a bunch of cars.
Oh, there's the big one. Oh boy. The 20 car of Mott, Baker, the 00 of Griswold.
And you know, like we're talking about Cameron there, but like, look, he stayed out and he's got a safe race car. So yeah, he was getting blown around on the outside there, but that's the kind of stuff that you avoid if you strategize just a little bit. A lot of damage to the 23 there.
Yeah, I think it all started right around Cody Leach. I don't know if he got hit. Comes in there and oh yeah, he had help from
Cat Wheeler, it looks like.
Yeah. Oof. And then, you know, I think somebody needs to tell the people in the back that there is a brake pedal.
I mean, it's the ARCA series, so it's only appropriate. Yeah, Cat Wheeler get into the 23 there, and his race car seems to be mostly unscathed there. Unfortunately for a lot of competitors behind him, it seems like they took quite a bit of damage on that caution.
I hope those guys aren't teammates. See Griswold, the 00, he also got a lot of damage. You see him in the pit area.
You see the smoke start, cars just...
Oh, he got hit from the back and the front and the sides and the roof and from just about everywhere. Man.
And I was going to say, Corey might kind of let the car drift way high there. And it might have ended up saving his race, depending on how much damage he took here. He gets clipped pretty hard. I don't know.
A pretty good hit right there.
Yeah, that car is not happy. So I was completely wrong about that, but
yeah, no, he got whoa, and then got a little more help.
Yeah. Yeah. So reviewing all that caution madness, pace car lights are already off again to come back to green. Got a lot of competitors on pit lane trying to get the car fixed up.
Yeah. Now we see Jonathan Ledger's moved himself up inside the top 15 right now. Vaden Ledger Romano slid back into 13th position. Albertson is in 12th now. Morton has moved back to 11th spot. Gibbons has moved up into the 10th spot. We haven't seen him much all night long. Myers is in 6th in the one car. Fowler is up there. Hunt is in 7th right now. A lot of new faces in the top 10. Big flag is out. That 75 once again gets a great jump, but that 69 of McPeak was right on top of him, and he had a nice jump as well. And he's going to leave these two cars in the back, the 60 of Wheeler and Deitch. And you know what? He got loose in that
Deitch
81
giving
car.
him the bumper a little bit. Not much,
giving
though.
Giving a little bit of the chowder in the back of the car there. He didn't like what happened and decided to give him a smash-a-rooney. Gotta love it.
Yeah, I keep saying Deitch, but I think it might be Deitch. Deitch up 14 spots, sitting P4. Caution coming out again.
Oh, another caution.
See the 31 rolling slow. Let's see what happened there.
There
8 car just washes up a tiny bit. 31 gets squeezed to the top. Stays out of the wall. 45 actually is a car that turns, and 31 having to make evasive maneuvers there.
Ooh. And there was a lot of heavy hits there.
Yeah, Noah Hunt being that 45 car that initially got turned. I think he just, as we've seen several times now, just coming out of turn 2. I know.
Yeah,
so
the 45.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think just lost it.
I think there is an elevation change on this track.
Yep.
And it might be coming out of 2. You're starting to go downhill, if I'm correct. So that might be a little bit of that looseness that we're seeing when the car gets real light coming down the hill. I could be completely wrong and be backwards about that, but
I don't think the downhill is as severe as like you see at North Wilkesboro. North
Uh,
Wilkesboro, it is a huge difference. If you even go there in person, it's impressive. And you look at it and it's wow, they really didn't try to level this off at all. I mean, it's really impressive. It's so cool. I love that track. One of my favorite tracks in the country. But all night long for 91 laps, Stafford in that 75 car has pretty much had the best starts. The only time he hasn't led is when he came into the pits there, and he came flying right back. They do all have the same setups. You can only adjust the bias, excuse me, and your steering adjustments. That's pretty much it, correct?
uh, yeah, I believe
Yeah,
so.
yeah, there's nothing else.
And I actually just did a quick Google search. So turns 1 and 2 are actually higher than turns 3 and 4 here by about 10 feet. So uh there is a downhill factor coming out of 2, which might be the reason why these cars are getting
Having
loose
some
like they
issues.
are.
Yeah. Uh, I believe North Wilkesboro was 20 feet difference or something close to that.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously much more extreme there, but still enough, I guess, to get the car upset here.
Yeah, once again, you see that 75 car looked like he got shot out of a cannon, and this time McPeak gets a great jump with him. Those guys are just going to kind of sail away from everybody else, but here comes Wheeler in that 60 car fighting back. And you see 28 car of Ledger going way up high. Not sure what happened to him, whether he just blew the entrance or what happened, but he got moved way up. But look who's moved up into the top 10 is that '06 car of Hefner, he's moved up now. Fowler in fifth. These guys are pushing really hard towards the middle of the back to gain position.
Yep, and we see Romano kind of sliding a little bit. He's the guy that stayed out. I believe he actually pitted lap 83, so he did go in on one of those cautions that we just saw. So maybe trying to get those tires up to temp still, but he should be able to move forward on those fresh shoes there.
Now everybody else has newer tires, which is really kind of hurting him. But I don't know if maybe he came in a little bit too early because he's going to have a lot of green flag laps unless he makes one more pit stop. I don't even know if they have another set of tires.
Yeah, we might see a longer green flag run here. It looks like about 16 drivers still on the track after the suite of cautions that we've seen. And we see Cat Wheeler there challenging hard for the second position. Careful not to get into the 69 left rear there. Coming down the backstretch, he's going to look to put on another move here.
Wheeler pushing it into the corner, still being a little patient, waiting for the 69 to make a mistake. And you're seeing Wheeler getting up closer to the wall on exit, and that's giving him a little bit more speed. Just Wheeler getting that close, much different line. See that, how Wheeler goes way up to the outside, the 69 stays down low? That's going to give Wheeler another tenth of a second in time. You see him, he's faster off the corner because he's letting that car drift up to the wall. He's getting on the gas faster. That tells me his car is handling a little bit better than McPeak. See him parking that corner a little bit differently than the 69. Now the 69 car has learned his lesson. He brought it way up to the wall, and now you see the 60 car go down low.
Yeah, and Wheeler
I don't
able to
know
get the inside here, but we've seen cars side by side for laps on end when they're able to roll that top well. 69 actually able to take the spot back.
And it's never good to be on the inside lane, especially when you see so many cars spinning coming off the corners.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of nerve-wracking moments right there. These guys now less than 100 laps to go. These guys are starting to get in their rhythm, trying to feel out what they got. They still have another 50, almost 50 laps to go. Still plenty of time to make a mistake here. And there's going to be more cautions, or at least somebody's going to make a mistake. So some of these guys that are back, in 14th and 15th right now, don't be surprised if you see them move up pretty quickly by the end of this race.
Yep, biggest mover right now, Michael Deitch sitting P4, up 14 spots. Another big mover, Mason Hoffner in 6th position now. And we see Jonathan Ledger sitting top 10 in that 10th spot, up 13 spot. He was able to keep his race car clean and might just get a great result just for that.
Yeah.
A lot of less cars on the track now, so nice to see a lot of green flag laps go by here.
But this is what we wanted to see last week, but you know, it just nobody really had significant damage. Where this is, I think, a little bit faster track, and I think it's also just a little bit bigger than what we saw last week. I don't think it's much bigger, but.
And sorry, I might have missed. It looks like Cat Wheeler ended up getting around the 69 at McPeak, so let's go back and see if we can catch that pass here.
Wheeler again going down low.
Just able to get the power back. 69 might have been a little loose, not able to put the power down, and 60 slides ahead.
Yep. Like I said, you have to be able to get the power down earlier than your competitor. It's the only way you're going to gain speed.
And we see the 06 and 15 of Cameron Romano side by side battling for the top 5 here. Cameron Romano on fresher tires by about 12 laps, I believe. Sorry, no, about 9 laps.
You see Griswold battling to get back into the top 10 after he got caught up into that last mess. That wasn't his fault. Vaden has moved his way back up to 8th after he had trouble early in this race. But right now, Stafford just seems to be running away with it, with Wheeler trying to chase him down. Wheeler's got about, I don't know, a second and less than a second and a half distance, but I think Wheeler's going to start pulling away the longer that this goes green. And that's not going to help Wheeler right there being side by side with another car.
Yeah, and obviously last time these guys were battling, the 60 car was on the low line, 69 car now running that line against Wheeler.
Yep.
And now, see if Wheeler can make the top work here.
And in 2 laps, they lost almost, now they've lost over a second to Stafford in just 2 laps.
Yeah, you just hear Wheeler have to pedal that thing out of that.
Yeah, it's kind of too late to kind of wait. If you've been saving, you can't save anymore. You have to go. It's just over 35 laps, about 35 laps now, and that's a Saturday night shootout. You've got to go. If you're not on that pedal, you should be.
Yeah, let's go on board here with Romano working on the 06 car. Looking to cross over and run that inside on the 06. 06 getting a good run on that lane up in 3 and 4 there.
Romano able to get on the throttle much faster on that 06 car there.
Yeah, he's definitely
a huge run.
Running a late apex, trying to get a lot of momentum coming down that hill out of turn 2, diving into the inside there, having to check up hard.
Yeah, that 6 car kind of slammed the door on him real hard.
And you're right. I mean, these cars are closing fast on each other. I mean,
yep.
See Romano going to take another wide angle here, really try to cut that car down and get a great run.
Look at the run he's getting up with those corners. And that's kind of like the way you want to drive North Wilkesboro. You want to enter turns 1. I like to enter turn 1 a little bit high and kind of slide your way down and get a nice long straight run off the corner. You get on the pedal real fast. Turns 3 and 4, both turns 3, you want to enter almost in that lower groove, almost one lane up on the entrance. I kind of like that yellow, that white dotted line. I kind of like to go in on that, just cut right around the bottom, hardly any brake, just let the car follow right through. and again, quick on the throttle. And that's what Romano was doing, and that's why he was catching up to that sixth car so fast coming off the corner.
Yeah, he's definitely quicker on entry on both sides. Kind of running a wider line here, so 06 able to get some time going into 1 and 2, but 15 definitely running harder through 3 and 4.
Yep.
Moving back up just a bit, looks like Cat Wheeler has closed the gap down on the 69 and Patrick McPeak.
Yeah, these guys are running a couple of tenths behind each other, and Wheeler looking on that outside line, but I don't think that's where his car is going to work the best. And this is also a battle of manufacturers. You've got the Ford and McPeak and the Chevy and Wheeler, so we'll see what the bow tie can do. The bow tie is out front as well. That 75 car is Stafford, and he's kind of waving goodbye. He's almost 3 seconds ahead of this field.
Any predictions? Yes, sorry, I'll throw one up now. Actually, for who gets P2 for the end of the race? Let's see. Just because Stafford, I feel like Stafford's way out there now. I mean, who gets P2?
Yeah, I'm not making any predictions because every time I do, something bad happens to the poor driver. So I'm staying out of it.
All right, and I'll do Wheeler, McPeak, and other. So there you go. And as I look back at the race here, it looks like Wheeler's fading just a tiny bit. McPeak just able to run that more consistent tire saving line there. Moving back a tiny bit, you got Michael Deitch up 14 spots in P4, followed by Jarod Fowler.
Also, Hoffer, after.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, there's a lot of guys in the pits. Mark Morton, Cody Leach, Corey Mott. They would have loved to be out here for these green flag laps. So
yeah,
it is. I mean, Waylon Nelson the second too, especially. It's tough to see a race go this green after you've basically been taken out of the race. So.
And then you have Bob Baker, who got caught up in that mess earlier. Somebody else's fault. Got his car fixed, and he's just been out there chugging along. He's 11 laps down.
Yeah.
But he's going to end up, he could end up with the top 15 by the end of the night.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Keep chugging around. 22 to go now. 45 car going way up high there.
Yeah, just looking at the splits here. Cameron Romano, who is on newer tires than a lot of his competitors, working his way back up to the 06 car. He's still committed to running that more outside line through 1 and 2 and cutting it down so you can get a good run there into 3 and 4, but just hasn't been able to finish the pass on the 06.
He came off that corner a little bit shallow there. That time he got way out to the outside. That's a habit that I have in iRacing. I always come off the corner shallow. I had one guy who's helped me out with that, trying to correct me with that so much. It has been such a great help to me, and I cannot thank him enough. Is none other than our points leader right now for the Cup Series.
Who's that?
Oh, no, wait a minute. Hang on here. Hang on here. Hang on here. I gotta think about this. Let me make sure. I know he's been a multi-winner. No, he's not. No, I'll just tell you who it is. Mr. Boyd Hogan.
Oh, okay.
And he was helping me so much last night. And happened to see him online, asked him a favor, and man, did he give me some pointers.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Great guy. Yep. Reaper setup. Knows how to get it done. But he did such an awesome job helping me out last night. And now I can see what he was yelling at me for. I can see how, you cut that corner coming off and it kind of throws you. It just beats your tires and you lose so much speed.
Yeah, and Cameron actually up to the bumper of the 06. It was side by side for a couple laps actually. Yep. Coming this time by, 14 laps to go here in this first race here at Kern Raceway.
I don't know how he's beating up his tires because he's been very consistent. He's been running the same consistent line. He hasn't really pushed the issue that much. So I don't think he's really burning those things up. But if you look up front, now you got Wheeler and McPeak this side by side once again. And that's allowing Stafford just to take off. But what else are you going to do? You got to go now. You know, you're going to want that second position. This is where the race is.
Yeah, it looks like these guys actually been battling for several laps. Like Cat Wheeler was able to drive it back up to McPeak. Getting the wall there, McPeak's going to slide ahead.
Yeah, that could be the second spot right there. I think Wheeler got a little more damage than he wanted. He didn't seem to hit that ball flush on the door. It seemed to bounce off the front rear a couple of times. Oh. Kind of see, he's about a second behind McPeak now, and that's kind of growing. So I think he just gave it a little bit more than he wanted to coming out of there, and just got a little bit sideways.
Yeah, honestly, McPeak might have just he might have got caught up by some traffic or something that allowed Wheeler to pull up to him. But looking at it, it looks like McPeak's able to run a fairly consistent lap time quicker than Wheeler. But with that said, Wheeler already kind of
Wheeler is
starting to reel him back in, but he's definitely pushing that car as hard as he can. There's a lot of micro corrections coming out of the corners by Wheeler.
Yeah, I tell you though, he was a second back a few laps ago, and now he's right on the back bumper. And I don't know if maybe his patience has run out, and he's just unhappy with being unable to get around the car. They're definitely pushing it hard with 8 laps to go here. But this is pretty much the race on the track right now because Stafford has just taken a vacation. I think he's already finished the race and is in the pit. I'm not sure. But Romano just had a moment coming off the corner. Looking back, the lap is only the top 10 now is on the lead lap. Griswold just went a lap down from our leader. So Gibbons, Campbell, Baden, Romano, Hoffner, Fowler, Deitch, Wheeler, McPeak, Stafford. Those are your top 10.
And 5 to go that time by. Looks like Wheeler is fading just a little bit. Coming back to Romano, he's still hounding on the 06. Just has not been able to get the pass done. We'll see just how desperate they get here coming to the end of this race.
Still running that consistent line. Bob Baker getting out of the way again. 3 laps to go now for our leader. I mean, I don't think that Wheeler is going to be able to catch McPeak. So
yeah,
I think that's kind of a done deal now. And
McPeak able to pull ahead just a little bit more than Wheeler can get back for the end of this thing. 2 laps to go for Joe Stafford to get the win here on this first race of 2.
Is Romano going to be able to get around him?
Yeah, it looks like
Romano's
Joe Stafford's going to come
really
around easily for the checkered flag to win the West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame 150, race 1 of 2 here at Kern County Raceway. Backing up just a bit. Last corner for Romano to do anything against Hoffner here. Hoffner going to be able to hold off the 15 of Romano for P6.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Not 100% sure. I mean, we can actually pull them up for quick interviews between races here.
I don't know if they were just messing around or if there was an actual beef going on there. I think it was an actual beef. Woohoo! Well,
Here, give me a quick second. We might take a quick break between races here. Not 100% sure how long the intermission would be.
well, once we got that race cleaned up, it seemed to fly right by, and
Oh yeah.
really it only took an hour for that race. So 150 laps in an hour, that's really not bad at all. Very proud of the boys. Speaking of short track racing, congratulations to Mini Tyrell for a great win.
I was not able to. Sorry, trying to get. Nathaniel actually sent me an intermission screen, so I'm trying to get that set up on the fly. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. That goes there. That goes there.
I was watching him do something the other day on the computer. He was sharing his screen, and I think it was he was doing a paint scheme on a car or something.
Uh huh.
He was flipping through things so fast. I was in shock. I could not believe that.
I don't know if it's like all the marbles on the track that Bob is like moving all over the place at 11 car with the line that he takes. Love Bob though, but it's the car handles great. Got to thank Nim and Richard. Richard had some unfortunate happen to him later in the race, so he's helping me out there in the end. I appreciate him, love him to death. But car was great. The racing there at the end was super great with that run. It was amazing. I just wish I could have gave the 69 car my bumper the whole time. I drove in anger that entire time, but yeah,
you got to him at one point.
driving from.
Did he get caught up by some traffic or something?
He got traffic a little bit, but it was mostly pace. I mean, even with me having right front wheel damage, I was still able to catch him. So I guess that goes to show how slow he was. But I mean, even with that, I still had a good car. Whoever made the setup this week, good job. But you know, going from that self spin that I had, my signature move, that self spin to finishing third. I mean, you can't be too frustrated with it, but. Yeah, it was a good race, good car. Appreciate y'all as always. Was listening to y'all throughout the race.
Yeah,
great job on the broadcast.
These shorter tracks is kind of tough just because there's so much going on at once. But definitely once you guys got green flag laps down, like it was cool to watch all the battles and stuff. But a lot of cautions up front. But as the field kind of dwindled down, thanks to the no quick repair now, was able to go green. It was
definitely good.
But hopefully
good decision by the. Yeah, it was a good decision by the league guys.
I was just gonna say, hopefully, as you guys learn from the first race, like if you just survive, you can get a good finish. So it might come out a little bit less angsty. But we're gonna go through these interviews quick, just because I think they're opening up qualifying at 9:25 for the next race. So great finish, P3. We'll watch you for the next one.
Oh yeah, I'll be in there for as long as I can. I gotta leave for work here in an hour and 7 minutes. So I'll be in there for as long as I can. Hope for no cautions.
Yep.
Good luck, kid.
All right, Mr. Wheeler.
Y'all have fun.
See
ya. That's wishful thinking.
Yeah, let me see if I can get McPeak in here.
Because
Patrick, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I'm right here, man.
All right, so we just talked to Wheeler. He's not it's not the happiest with you. You said hopefully it doesn't carry over to the next race. What's all that about?
I don't know what happened there, man. The 11 car was in my way. Lap car was in my way, and I go around him on the outside, and he goes wide on me and shows me up the track. Well, when he shoved me up to the track, the 60 goes and took that to an advantage and passed us. So I'm a little bit upset about the 11. So I'm getting up right up to literally the lap later. We're going right into turn 3 again. And I'm right behind the 60, and I dive in just a little bit more early than him. He came down on me just a little bit. I might be wrong. I have to look at the replay.
Yeah.
But I nudged him right in the corner, right in a little bit of the right, literally perfectly into the corner of his quarter panel. And he just went up the track. And then I passed him, and then he just started bumping me on the cool down lap. So I don't know what he's mad about. So I'm just like, I'd expect him to do the same thing to me if I was racing.
Yeah, just he said that he's gonna. I would just be cautious this race. I mean, who knows what he'll do, but he said if he gets to your bumper, he might do some things that he's not super proud of. But hey,
I'm not trying to be that guy right now, but he has to catch me first if he's going to pass me.
I love it, man. I love this shit.
Did you learn anything this race that you're gonna use in the second race?
Yeah, I think we might go and try our best to change the setup a little bit to get a little bit more tire wear put in, save more tire wear, because that's what was killing me when 75 was pulling away from us. So we're going to change the setup just a little bit to see if they can save tire wear just about maybe 2%, and we might actually come out next race and actually come up to the front. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
All right. Well, good luck.
I did get word from Corey that this race is actually going to be 50 degrees hotter. So it's going to be...
Track's going to be pretty slick.
Yeah, it's going to be a slip and slide out there. And I saw a lot of guys coming out of 2 get loose and looked it up. That looks like there's actually a downhill... so the track goes downhill from turn 2 to turn 3. So that probably would have would have been the cause of that. But
Yeah, but I don't know. Everybody was saying that they were getting loose out of 2. I was getting loose out of 4. I was getting tight out of 2.
yeah.
So I don't. I guess my driving style is different than everyone else's.
Yeah, that's definitely. It looked like we had quite a couple of cautions of just cars, whether they be running the outside or that inside tire saving line and out of 2, just getting loose. So hopefully
Yep.
they've learned and they'll be able to come back stronger in this second race here. Look, looks like the qualifying's opened up at 9:25, so we're gonna fly through these interviews. But great finish on P2. It was cool.
Yep, thank
guys
you,
were
man.
able to run some green flag laps there at the end. And good luck in the next one, man.
Yep, thank you guys, and thank you guys for putting this on.
Yeah, not a problem. Let me go ahead and move. He's already gone. That was
We
McPeak.
gotta be.
Yeah, we got some beef between driver 69 and driver 60 car Cat Wheeler. That was McPeak, finished P2 in the first race tonight. Last but not least, we have Joe Stafford, finished P1. Let's pull him up. Joe, you're in booth. You got us?
Yeah, gotcha, guys.
So pretty dominant win for you. Started first on the pole and just kept it there the whole night. Cameron Romano actually stayed out, so he was able to take first position away for probably like half a lap, just to be able to blow by him on the top side there. So track's gonna be a lot hotter this second race. Are you ready for that? You think you'll be okay?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We kind of got a taste of it here and there throughout the first race with the shade coming in. The track would be a little bit faster and gripped up. And then when the sun came out, it'd lose grip. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'd rather drive it off the right rear than tear up the right front, you know.
Mhm.
So that'll help out with it.
Yeah, and looks like it was pretty caution heavy early, but as the competitors dropped out, obviously you guys were able to settle into a good green flag run there, which seemed to benefit you greatly. What was really your main focus once you got into that green flag run there? What was the line that you were committing to?
Yeah, I was really just not trying to tear up that right front just in case someone got to my rear end there. And eventually the car just came in and I was driving it off the right rear and pulling away. And I think also getting through lap traffic pretty quick helped me out and gained that gap.
Cool.
Is there anything you're gonna do differently the second race?
No, just really try to save that right front and hopefully things work out the same way.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations. You got to get ready for qualifying, and we'll talk to you hopefully the second race.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right. Wow.
Yep, that was Joe Stafford, winner of the first race, the West Coast Stock Car Motorsports Hall of Fame 150. Isn't that the longest name?
Yeah.
That's a crazy name.
Yeah, well, welcome to NASCAR.
Well, with that
Oh,
said,
man.
we'll take a quick 5-10 minute break here while they're running qualifying for the second race, and we'll bring the second race to you guys in just a bit.
All right. See you in a few.
Yep. All right, guys. We're trying to get started here. Stand by. Trying to get the race session up again. Might have to restart here. Sorry, 1 second. I had to. Sorry about that. I had to join a new session. Actually, you created a new session. Understandably, I don't know why I didn't get that through my head that he would make a new session. So loading that up, and then we'll have that you guys. And as far as unlimited tires, I don't know. I didn't. Was that the case last race?
Wasn't it last week we had to restart the session because he accidentally had
Yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Hey, Deitch, yeah, we were trying to pull you up, but for some reason the Backroad Bandits team channel is locked, so I can't actually move you to the broadcast booth for interviews. I don't know how to fix that. Might have to be the admin that unlocks that channel. Hopefully we don't miss any of the start of the race here. I just had to load up the new session.
Are we live or are we muted?
We are live right now. I'm trying to load up the new session. Or actually, I think we're coming to green right now. So let me see if I can get this pulled up super fast.
Radio check.
Boom, boom, boom. Switch this, switch that. Go to main. Green flag's in the air for... No, actually, sorry. One more parade lap. We got saved. One more parade lap, so we just made it here.
No more messing around, no more waiting. It's gonna be right off to the races here, literally.
Yeah, and it looks like this time Nathaniel Campbell actually qualified P2. Actually, he's our pole sitter, so Nathaniel Campbell currently sitting on pole, starting on the inside line there. Pace car rolls off, waiting for the green flag command by Barney there. Green flag for the race, 2 out of 2 here.
Wow.
And
what
75,
a start by that 75 on the outside.
Yeah, getting an absolute giga start. He's going to roll the outside with a lot of speed here. Caution's out already. 75 taking the lead, so he'll have choice. Going back here, looks like Bob Baker involved in early caution. Oh, actually,
come on, hold your brakes. He just came right up and took him out.
Yeah, Cat Wheeler actually the victim there of getting spun just a little bit. Is that the 91? Oh, sorry, I got 91 and somebody else confused.
Now, who's in the 91?
91 is Waylon Nelson II. I was thinking maybe that
he would have to be teammates with another guy, would he?
You know, I think he is actually. He is teammates with McPeak. So That's why I got their paint schemes confused for just a second, because they're very similar.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Sometimes when you say things, it comes back to haunt you. But I have a feeling there's one guy in 10th spot that's having a pretty good chuckle right now.
Yeah, I don't know how much damage he is in the pit currently. So some level of damage there. He might. It looks like he's going a lap down here. So.
Well, he got hit pretty hard by Bob Baker.
Yep.
Baker just had no place to go.
And we saw how good of a start the 75 got on the outside there, electing to go on the inside here. Obviously that was the green flag drop, so wasn't as much of an advantage for Nathaniel there as a restart would be. So we'll have to see how the 75 does here restarting.
If Cable can get a good start, he'll have the better angle going into turn one. But we've seen Stafford in that 75 car. He's been tough all night long. Here we go. And once again, we see that 75 car get a pretty good jump. But the 16 car, he did his job right, and he followed him right into the corner. Great job by him. He's trying to keep the 4 car just out of his way. You see his line is just a little bit higher than Stafford's is there. And another
car spinning in the back.
I see one car blinking. Is that Bob Baker?
Not 100% sure who was the cause of this. So
Nope.
It looks like the 83 and
I thought somebody took out Bob Baker.
sorry, the 93 there. Jarod Fowler gets into the 45 and just gets them both loose. And then you see the 91 car get into the 1 car of Richard Myers there as well.
Some unhappy drivers tonight. This is turning into a little bit of a Bristol race or a Martinsville race with the tempers flowing.
Yeah, and very similar to last race, we saw a lot of cautions early. Obviously, that will weed out some competitors. So hopefully, sooner than last race, we'll get to some green flag racing again.
Stafford, I know he's going to be patient. He definitely wants to take the sweep here tonight. He would love that. There's a couple guys that kind of want to redeem themselves after the last race here. So this is what happens. $25 cars. Sorry, Wheeler is out already, and so isn't Cody Leach. So I guess Mr. Wheeler has decided to go to the garage for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I think he actually said that he had to go to work in an hour, so he wasn't fully confident that
didn't have much time anyways.
Yep. As we see the field racking it up again here, 2 by 2. Pace car lights are off, so we should be seeing green flag this time by.
That 4 car trying to get as close to the 75 as possible. Trying to get a good restart to keep up with them. And once again, that 75 car gets a pretty good start. And that 16 car is also getting good starts in Campbell. able to get away at first, but here comes Morton on the inside, and he's going to have him going into turns 3 and 4. Stafford, Morton, Campbell coming off the corner. Another car going
caution,
sideways to another caution.
Yeah, it looked like we had a car into the wall that just was stacking up the field.
Oh, we saw this the last race.
This is the 39 at Jackwood. Looked like he was the car that initially got loose
Oh.
here. I think he actually hit a teammate there, which is always awkward.
Once again, another car breaking loose.
Yeah, the guy he hit was the 91 of Waylon Nelson. Trying to see how bad the damage is there. Does have a tiny bit of damage on the right side, but nothing too horrible, I'd say.
Jonathan Ledger getting his lap back. Man, is Ledger on the gas pedal going down the straightaway there. Trying to catch up with the field. That 75 car of Stafford, definitely the fastest car on the track. So,
Yep, dominant win for him last race. Then behind him, Mark Morton, who had a great race going too, just got taken out after pit stop. So up to P2 now. Nathaniel Campbell in P3. Cameron Albertson sitting in P4. Trevor Baden rounding out the top 5 with the 69 of Patrick McPeak behind him. And Corey Mott's back in the 54 car. I know he had to park it last race, so hoping to survive a little bit longer this time.
we have a couple of different names in the top 10 from last race. Stafford and Morton on the front row right now, followed by Campbell, and Albertson. Albertson had some issues with that 14 car bouncing off the wall, coming off the corners, and we've seen him hit the wall a couple of times already in this race. So a lot of issues for a lot of drivers tonight. And once again, Campbell gets a good start. Stafford, excuse me.
The 14 gives a big bump to the 4 there.
There goes Albertson. Oh, he saves it. What a save.
14 still fighting the race car. He's going to go way wide here.
Yeah, he was going to get wrecked if he didn't. And now that 4 car gets a huge run on that outside lane on the 16, but gets too close to the wall, has to back out of it. And you see the 16 car, Campbell, pulling underneath him and pull away.
And the 4 car just looking for the crossover, but not enough momentum coming into turn 1. 16 able to secure P2, and this is where he wants to be if he wants to any chance of running down Joe Stafford. You see the 4 car drive up to the bumper of the 16 there, though. Might be more battle to be had between the two here.
A couple of battles further on back. Hoffner and Hardy battling for that 9th and 10th position back there. Klingelhofer moved up into the 7th position right now in that 25 car. He's just moved up in the 6th position.
Oh, we have someone on the inside wall in the backstretch. Cars spinning, going into turn 3. 93 up in the wall. Heavy damage for him.
Huge wreck. The 14th car of Albertson once again having trouble this race.
Wow. I know we had a couple different issues there. We had a car spinning into the inside wall of the backstretch. 20 car got loose.
Wow. Now 2 cars starting to get loose. The 20 car comes up, hits Albertson. Not sure what happened to the 71 car.
Yeah, so a lot of damage for different drivers there. See Mark Morton come down pit lane. Don't think he was involved in any of the wrecks there. This might just be a strategy call. Let me double check here.
If anything, looks like he might be just getting fuel.
Oh no, so sorry. Mark Morton was actually that initial car that went into the inside wall there.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like he just got loose off the top, had to lock him up, so might just be checking for any damage just to be sure he's not running a too hurt of a race car. We are re-racked. Pace car lights are off, so this time by will be going green again. And despite a lot of the cars wrecked there in this past couple of cautions, I think we only have one car in the pit and then a couple cars lap down. So still, sorry, I think 2 cars are actually out and then 1 car is in the pit. So 3 cars out total. Pace car turns off there and waited on the restart by Joe Stafford on the inside. Gets a great jump. Nathaniel Campbell trying to hang with him there. A lot of cars behind him fanning out.
A little bit of a stack up back there. That's going to cause problems.
Corey Mott looking to ride behind Nathaniel, actually getting to Nathaniel's bumper there, having to check up a little bit. Nathaniel actually able to keep the car pointing forward. Has the 79 of Trevor Vaden below him.
These guys are beating pretty hard mid-pack right now. Only 26 laps into this thing. They haven't learned too much from last race because they're battling way too hard at the beginning of this race. A lot of cars slipping and sliding. This track is a lot harder than it was the first race, so traction's not going to be there as well as it should be.
Yeah, it looks like Trevor Vaden got a little loose coming out of 2, so Nathaniel able to slide up to take that P2 spot.
Griswold moved up to the top 5 now. He's having a good run after getting caught up in other people's mess last race.
And there's a driver who finished P2 last race, Patrick McPeak. He's up 7 spots, sitting position 4 right now. We have 3 wide behind.
Go! McPeak gets way loose. Another caution.
I think the caution might have been further back. Jack Wood, maybe? Let me see. Oh yeah, just spinning down there to the inside wall of the backstretch, as many have before. We saw cars getting loose off 2 last race, and that track was a lot cooler, so I mean, any sort of looseness experienced off turn 2 is just amplified this race.
Definitely 60 degrees difference is going to make a massive difference as far as how these cars are going to handle. No grip. It's going to be slippery, and that's what we've seen, cars sliding everywhere. The one guy that's not complaining is that 75 car.
Yep. Yeah. Did see Campbell able to slide comfortably into P2 there with a little bit of a gap behind him, so it'd be cool to see if we get some green flag laps here, what kind of competition Nathaniel can give the 75. Looks like he was able to run a 18.91, which is a little bit less than 1/10 slower than Stafford, so we'll just have to see once 16 gets into clean air how competitive he is.
Yeah.
So he did just disappear, so oh, he's back. And he disappeared again.
Oh boy. And we saw that an issue a couple of times last week. And a storm in the area will make a big, big difference. There's another car there blinking there. Is that the 00 of Griswold? Oh, who was that? Oh, the 86 car.
Yeah, we got a couple guys.
Howdy.
I know there's some bad weather around, so just have to keep an eye on that. As pace car comes off again, front row, Joe Stafford, Nathaniel Campbell waiting for the restart here. Stafford off with a great restart again. Nathaniel holding on to that second spot. Back it up just a little bit.
There you go. Now his signal seems to be doing better, not blinking as much as he was.
Oh, 81 of Deitch getting loose, going on the inside there. I don't know if he got loose or helped there.
I don't know, but he just collected that other car.
See the
no, I
06.
think he just got loose. Yeah. Oh,
man, and Corey just got whipped into the outside wall there.
A trouble spot once again.
A lot of tight racing through here. Rolling around the middle lane here, trying to put the power down, coming out of 4, and just that thing just goes around on him.
That snapped around real quick.
And unfortunately, Corey was just wrong place, wrong time for what seems like the second race now.
And he had no idea what was coming. But I can guarantee that Julia has her noise canceling headphones on right now.
Might not be enough. Might not be enough. Seems like a couple guys in the back got caught up in the. It looks like iRacing just detected a crash because he came to a complete stop. But Pleasure able to keep the car clean, using those ARCA brakes very well.
But out front, the pace car again leading the most laps this race. Albertson fell back to 9th spot. He's going to be battling next to the 8th of Mr. Gibbons.
Corey Mott keeping it on the track here. I was wondering if he was going to pit to get that damage fixed, but he's going to stay out.
Now we have Vaden that's starting to blink a little bit. Maybe it's the outside line.
Is Corey 4-4 now? I know he had a rough week last week, and the first race he got wrecked out, so yeah, I would say so.
Here we go, coming off the corner again. There goes the 75, getting a 3-car lead before he even enters turn number 1. This is the tricky corner where everybody's going to keep it clean this time. Looks like everybody's going to make it as they head off big time into turn 3 and 4 wide. Oh. And, oh no. Yeah, you saw that together. Don't know what that was about. That was
I think they all just wanted the same part of the track there.
Came down to the line right here, and yeah, you just gave him the chowder right up there. Woo.
It looks like the 4 car came up, 06 car went down, 91 car just was the meat of that sandwich.
Yeah.
Damage doesn't look too bad, but I think they're all still rolling there.
Not a good time to interview that driver. Well, this track in some ways reminds me of Thompson Speedway up here in Connecticut. And we just had the icebreaker over the weekend. Open
Nice.
mods. Yeah, open mods, SK mods. We had pro late models. We had you name it.
It's probably nice weather up there too for that.
Well, it's New England, so it usually either snows, it rains, or it's 90 degrees. And this year it decided that it was just going to be cold and rainy, but they did get it off all weekend.
I was just guessing because the weather, we were up in DC this weekend. The weather was pretty nice. Didn't know further north how bad it was.
We usually don't start getting our spring warm up until the end of June. And then we'll have 2 days in June where it actually reaches 75. And then the last week of June, and for the next month, it'll be 135 degrees. That's how weather is on Cape Cod in the summertime. No spring. A lot of Karens and a lot of seals. That's about it. Field ready, lined up to go. Lap 44 coming down a start. Get the restart, lap 45 this time. Stafford, Cable, McPeak, and Vadden up to the top 4 now. Field lined up 2 by 2, ready to go. Waiting for Marty to break him loose. There goes the pace car down on the infield. It's all in the hands of Mr. Stafford right now. Waiting for the car to go straight, and there he goes, takes off another huge jump. As they turn off the turn 1, he's out by 3 cars as Campbell fights hard to keep his car low. Campbell battling back on the inside. We have a couple of cars sliding around in the back, but they straighten it out. We're going to be able to complete this lap, and it's going to be all Stafford in the front. Campbell, I think, was having trouble keeping up with him, Tommy.
Yeah, Stafford just on a different level right now. It's interesting to see how that pans out on a long green flag run, but yeah, it just seems like Campbell doesn't have quite the pace as of right now. He's actually getting a lot of pressure from the 79 machine behind him already.
The problem with the long green flag run, especially with the track temperature where it's at, is that long green flag run is going to heat the track up even more. It's going to make the cars worse. These cars are really fighting and battling hard back there. That's not like be an issue all of a sudden this race. A couple of cars coming way up wide, scraping that wall. Car there, getting the car out. Looking back to 79, 69. They're still nexting it up for that third position.
Oh, 69 chasing the car around on the backstretch there. 79 diving on Nathaniel Campbell coming into turns 3 and 4. Looks like 16 is going to be able to roll the top on him. 79 still down there. Oh, we actually have a car spinning. Car on the apron between turns 1 and 2.
Oh, Mr. Griswold. Well, it looks like the 14 checked up in front of him, and he was just trying to stay off his backside.
Yeah, so no wall contact for anyone there. Looks like just Griswold got around.
I'm thinking maybe Stafford is getting tipped for best restart tonight. How many restarts he leads off in the turn 1? 8th caution in 52 laps. That was about when it started to clean up in the last race, I think.
Yeah, but after I'd say a little bit after the halfway point, actually, we saw some green flag laps.
Stafford and Campbell still out front with that, chasing that pace car. Pace car is going to get the bonus for most lap sled tonight. Now, the difference between this track and last week, I think, is just new cars, and I think this track is just a little bit wider, and that's kind of saving these guys from last week.
Yeah, there really wasn't much space at all last week. Yeah, with the corners being a little bit wider. And I don't know, was there more banking last week, you'd say?
I think the corners do have a little bit more banking at 5 flags.
Uh-huh.
But the corners here are a lot more sweeping, so
yeah,
even though you don't have that banking, you're just able to carry a lot more of that speed through. This would be a great place for the Cup Series. Be able to use those rear diffusers, really just carry the cars through the corners with no brakes. And here we go on the restart, a couple of cars slipping and sliding further in the back. I think that was Kinslinger that we were with that run out there a little bit. Stafford getting a good dip away, but here comes that 4 car on the outside trying to get around Hardy. There's some great battles all over the track right now. It seems to after every restart.
Oh, yeah.
Vaden gets around Campbell for that second spot. They're battling real hard right now, and you see, oh man, there's.
Looks like they touched doors. Vaden got loose low and just had to save the car, causing him a lot of time loss there. And Campbell able to hold on to P2.
He lost some time, but he has plenty of time to catch back up to that battle. So nice save by the both of those guys. And that's going to allow McPeak to kind of get underneath him for 4th place. And McPeak lets loose. I don't think those cars can just get off the bottom as well on that lower line.
Yeah, I think they need a little bit more banking to get the grip down, but see the 25 here working hard on Nathaniel Campbell, actually able to pull ahead, coming out of 4. Carson Klingelhofer doing a great job up 3 spots to P2 if he can finish this pass.
Klingelhofer, Campbell battling.
He just got loose on that inside line.
Loose. Little loose coming off the corner. Great battle there. Campbell now. Great command over 2nd spot.
That's always frustrating when you feel like you're doing good, running someone down, got your nose ahead, and you just get loose on the inside there, and they're able just to drive away.
Yeah, but you know what? Hopefully he has the patience, and if not, this will teach him. He's got to just regroup.
I think this is that was a quick 3 wide by entire. They're all teammates, so hopefully they can work this out.
You know, I didn't like what I just saw there. That scared me. Wow.
79 able to come out on top there between those 3, and we have another caution out.
Oh. Further back to the field, didn't see what happened there.
Looks like something between Corey Mott and Jack Wood. Oh man.
Oh, that's twice.
Oh, poor Corey.
Oh boy. Julia has those headphones on now for sure.
Just super unfortunate for Corey there.
That's twice
Literally
tonight.
just riding along. Eesh.
Wow. Hold your brakes. That's all it takes. Car started going up the track. As soon as he felt it going up, if he jumped on the brakes, the car would have gone forward and not up, and Corey Mott would still be in this race. Oh. Ninth caution. Lap 64. Almost to the halfway mark.
Yep, we should have a little bit less than 10 laps after we take the green flag to the halfway caution. Looking through the field here, it looks like we have 19 remaining cars out of the 25 that started, so starting to shrink just a little bit.
Was in 10th spot. Right now, the 71 have passed on. Nice looking hot rod. That's nothing wrong with a traditional black car with the red lettering. Love it.
And someone that we didn't see before, Dustin Hardy, up to P7, up 8 spots.
Hey, he's
in
battling
that
up
86
front
car.
with these guys. He was having a little blinking problem early in the race. Seems like he's got that figured out.
And let's do something else different here. Let's go on board with Dustin Hardy for the restart here, starting behind the 14. Oh, you see Nathaniel Campbell up there get a little bit loose, a little bit wide.
Hardy's running a good line. Hello?
Yep, giving just a little bit of space to the cars in front of him.
Hardy's running a very consistent line. You can hear how tight his car is already. You can see it as well. Out front, Vaden has come back up. He's now in second spot, and so is it Klingelhofer's come back up. He's in,
gets into the 14. They both get super loose. Both cars save it.
and that's going to allow Hardy to get a run on the inside of McPeak. And McPeak, he's got an issue because he goes way up high again. He's going to lose even more spots.
Yeah, I think he just fried those tires by getting loose just a little bit there, and even that caused a super tight race car going into 1 and 2 there. Further back, we have a lot of side-by-side racing. McPeak trying to get his car rolling again on the outside of the 71 of Matthew Fastnot, who's up to 9th position.
Now, a lot of these cars are at the end of this first run, only 3 laps to go before the halfway mark. So pretty soon they'll all have new tires. They'll all be happy.
Yep, and we see the top, these top 4 cars battling for P3. 25 car getting to 79 there. Looking on the inside, I think the Campbell kind of just stalking behind, seeing where you can jump in. $16 gonna take the inside line under the 79. Need 2 more laps as we cross the start finish this time by.
It seems like that inside line's working a little bit better than that outside line right now. This is a great
Nathaniel Campbell getting to the 79. 79 gonna slide to the inside wall.
That should be our caution.
Yeah, and that'll be the halfway caution.
It
that's
like
brought out by the 16 and 79.
Looked like he got loose off the corner, came down in front of the 16 car, and the 16 car just had nowhere to go. Let's see.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. You're running underneath the car on the outside.
Can we get another look from behind them? I want to see if they came up into each other or.
Yeah, let me find it better.
It looks like the 79 car got a little squirrely there and may have just kind of came down just enough to either net code or to get spun. See the 79 car get a little bit squirrely and kind of come down just a hair, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, he just kind of saved the car down the track, and Nathaniel Campbell's
Oh,
nose was there.
And another bigger accident even behind them. I didn't see that. If you replay that and look at the exit of turn number 2 or 4 there,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
another big wreck behind them. Whoa, the 8 car of Gibbons is involved in that. The 14 car.
Yeah, Matthew Fastnot. Let's see if we can follow him through that.
For the 71, I thought it was the 14. Oh, no. Oh. They just came off the corner with a full head of steam.
Yeah, it looks like the 86 car was the initial car that was turned around. Dustin Hardy. Oh, man. Was he helped out there? Yeah, it looks like he did get some help from the 76 exiting turn 2. That spun him loose. 76 able to slide underneath, and he just gets ran into by the 71, and the 8 car runs into the 71 there.
Yeah.
So
and those cars hit hard.
2 big wrecks there at the end of that halfway point of the race, and Nathaniel Campbell actually looks like he might have stayed out to get that P1 spot. And we saw Cameron Albertson do this last race.
But look at that 75 car making it 3 wide. I know he's going to class the field. I don't know if I'd want to run up front that hard. He's got plenty of time, but he's going to make it happen. And you see the 14 car get squirrely again. 70 car now moves behind the 16 car of Campbell. And if Campbell stayed out, the 75 car has new tires, and Campbell has no chance.
Yeah, 75 car running the fastest lap that time by.
Yep.
See, Nathaniel just has to hope for a caution to come out so they can get a restart here, and you can potentially get 75 car caught up in some other things. But the 75 car is going to take the lead this time by. The caution does come out. Was Nate in the lead there? Let's see if we can.
I don't think so.
Caution.
Stafford did not. Nope. Campbell got the lead. He was out front when the caution came out.
Don't know where.
Oh.
I don't know why the replay was like that. Let's see.
Oh, the Alberton. Oh, man. Oh. That just took out 2 very fast cars, the 14 and the 69.
Yeah, see the 25-14 beating, banging on each other, coming down the front stretch. 25 getting the last punch there. Though it looks like the 25 actually might have gotten into it further up. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with these. These two look like they're unhappy with each other.
I want to say the 14 car actually looks like he got a little loose after the 25 car upset his car going into the corner. 14 car on exit gets a little loose, turns down on the 25. But yeah, I mean, that was just hard racing between the 25-14, so probably a couple words exchanged there. Just
Well, we wouldn't have that happen in this league.
Not the level of quality driving that either one of those cars were expecting from each other, but just the aggression back and forth causing the caution to come out. And we'll leave it to the guys who worked through all the incidents to determine whose fault that was.
Yep. Thank God it is him and not me.
And it actually looks like Stafford's going to take the lead back. Nathaniel Campbell went in for tires there, so he he tried that strategy out for a couple laps and just was not feeling it. So he goes in, gets some fresh tires, and Stafford will take the lead back with the 25 car that we just saw involved in that caution, starting just outside him. Behind the 75 car on the inside row, Garth Griswold, and then to his right would be Jay Salmon in the 76 machine.
What's scary about that is now he's in the back of the pack where you don't want to be. We've seen so many problems further on.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's where I'd want to be at this point. I know where I do want to be. I want to be in the passenger seat of that 75 car because he's putting on a clinic tonight. Both races been very dominant. So another great restart by him. This time even four car lengths going off in the turn one. Look who's coming underneath in the second spot. Double zero, Mr. Clutch. Griswold himself, the family truckster. Just kidding, that's Garth Griswold, but I love him anyways. He's a much better kisser than the real guy. Out front now, Klingelhofer's moved to the third spot. Fourth is Morton and Salmon. Out of nowhere, the 76 car moves up. These guys are battling pretty hard, and now McPeak, after that incident earlier on, he's moved up into sixth. He's battling with Salmon and gets around him. 2x2 coming up over there. You don't want to see that. That car gets a little bit early when the 76 is able to move up in front of him. Vaden also a part of this deal. He wants nothing. He was trying to get out of there. Further back, you've got Gibbons working his way up after he had an issue not that long ago. Now Albertson is also in ninth position, and Campbell is back up the 10th spot after going into that pit. So now he has fresh tires, about a few laps fresher than these other guys, but
Yep.
he doesn't want to burn them off trying to get out front. Now he's battling with the 8 car, trying to just slow his way forward. But out front, still Stafford just pulling away even more. Klingelhofer and Morton trying to chase each other down. They're battling hardcore next to each other. You see the 69 car doing a little dive bomb on the 25. Klingelhofer. 69 again. The McPeak getting loose coming off the corner. Doing everything he can to get that spot back. But I think with 58 laps to go, those tires are going to get burned off a little bit too early. Him again getting a little squirrely coming off the corner. Further back in the field, you got Gibbons and Nelson going at it for that 10th spot. Griswold is kind of falling back a little bit. He's in 7th right now. Salmon, who had a little bit of squirrely, he had a little bit of freedom in the back of his car just a lap ago, and he's lucky that he's on all 4 right now. And he's hanging in there. We'd love to see him finish that top 5. Not sure when exactly he finished, but he's trying to pretty strong. Glad to see him up front. He's been working hard in both races. Last race, he got caught up in a lot of people's messes too. So we see him running hard. Vaden battling that 79 car there. As you see him going into the corner, getting a little squirrely. There he is, on board with Trevor. See him behind that Mustang that just tagged the wall. That's usually what happens to Mustangs as they leave car shows.
I think we have the caution out.
Yeah, it happened again.
Let's see what we got.
12 caution in this race. Where it is.
Not 100% sure where.
Huh.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like the 06
right
just
there.
gets into the 14, using him as his brake pedal.
Came up and gave him the chowder right in the rear bumper. Gave him an old bumper sticker. When we go green, we're going to have just over 50 laps to go. So just your typical late model shootout. We had the past guys up here, the Pro All-Star Series, Pro Late Model Tour. They were battling it out this afternoon at Thompson Motor Speedway, 75 lap feature. Thompson's a really fast half mile with tight corners, so carry a ton of speed, high banks, a lot of fun. But a little bit smaller than this track here. We used to have what we used to call the Bush North Series, which then turned into the K&M East or Northeast or whatever it was. But I missed the old Bush North Series. That was a great series. A lot of fun. Just like all types of racing, extremely expensive. iRacing is expensive enough if you want it to be, and I'm kind of spoiled now. I buy all the unnecessary tracks. I don't even want to talk about I don't even want to know how much I've spent on iRacing. There's only 3 oval tracks that I do not own. So that alone is too much. There goes the 75 again. The 4-car getting pushed by the 69 of McPeak. I don't know if he missed a gear or something, but that could have been a lot worse. Although the way that Stafford was starting, he probably just didn't get a great start, or a start as good as Stafford did. But they're going now out in front of McPeak. Not a little bit toward the rear of the field. That's where we've seen a lot of problems. A lot of guys out of this race, it seems. A lot more battling through the field right there. You got a big old kerfluffle right there. 3 wide coming off that corner. Not where I want to be. These guys real tight racing. It's going at it right there. Further back, you have Vaden in that 79 car battling with Salmon in front of him and Klingelhofer. Oh, these guys are really going at it. Now Klingelhofer trying to go on the outside of McPeak. Oh, man, just barely get a little slide job. Now he's doing a crossover, getting under McPeak. That's going to be a battle that we're going to need to watch here. 25 getting underneath McPeak.
Yeah,
now, Klingelhofer was in second earlier.
Yeah, you saw McPeak's tires there flicking left and right coming Alpha 2, so he's definitely sawing that thing to keep in control.
Now, do you think it's too early to go for it, or does he has to go now? It's only less than
76 to J Salmon getting into the 79 there. Trevor Vaden.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, look, if you're gonna ship somebody, you better be ready for a return,
Well, he definitely gave him the chowder right there and got him way sideways, and he didn't appreciate it, so he just gave him a little righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This is going to be a 40-lap shootout when we go back. No, I'm not sure who's in the booth tonight because I do a lot of different race series, so I forget who's in the race control, but they're going to be calling some people to the hauler, I think. Our race control's been last busy. 2 races, man. Corey Mott, you better give him a raise. Oh man.
I want to see someone do something crazy to get to that 75 car.
Well, they're gonna have to do something crazy to be quite honest with you. I mean,
yeah.
She's just been so good. I taught him everything I know. One of my students.
There you go.
Way back, If you believe that one, I'll tell you a bridge. Yeah. I think it would be a fair bet that I don't know. I am getting better on the ovals especially after the tutelage of Mr. Hogan. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm confident that his slowest lap I can beat. Let's just put it that.
Okay.
I've improved. When you gain almost a half a second into a session, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
uh, it before done. See, I've been practicing. You're gonna see me in one of these races. There goes a 75 again. Can anybody stop if we have 40 laps to go? 41 laps to be 100% correct. Another problem further in the back of the field. A bunch of cars get loose. They
Yeah, it looks
stack
like
up.
76 of J Salmon getting loose there. And a car that's really just not gonna care about driving who he drives through right now is the 79. It actually looks like 16 got loose and collected a bunch of cars.
That's what I was afraid of by him waiting to coming in to get those tires. Now he's going to be in the back of the pack, and look what happened.
Yeah, 79 was just driving angry after that last cautioning, using up the 16 completely and just dropped him off like a landmine.
Yeah, there's no need for that. I understand he's frustrated and all, but yeah, that's a situation where you got to look at whether or not somebody needs to get a penalty for that. Oh. I've been there, I've been there. So it's I'm certainly not gonna I've been there. So fairly recently, as a matter of fact. Okay, last night. Now leave me alone. All right. That happened to me last night. And okay. All right, I'm done. I was very upset. Can only take so much.
Before the mass hole comes out, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what happened is I didn't have the missus with me.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have my little helper in the car to tell me where to turn. That's what the problem was.
Yeah. Here, let's go on board with Trevor here and see this restart here.
Yeah, that's tough seeing in front of him, seeing those cars. We've seen so many problems on the restarts.
Now, I do want to say, I think a lot of the cars around him are his teammates, so we shouldn't see too much more drama, but you never know.
Plus, too, if you're going to restart, you want to be on that bottom line. So, but he has a fast car. All he needs to do is, just try to settle down and try to save a little bit, and then give it a last-ditch effort there with about 15 to go. A lot of cars spinning the tires. You can hear them, hear those RPMs go up like that. There's going to be issues around you. Not what you want to hear. You see there, getting squirrely off the corner. Another caution's going to come out.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah. Not sure
looks
what
like
happened there.
Hofner involved in the crash here. Off the restart.
Oh. Whew.
Well,
as we say in the pickup community, a whole lot of Ram, not enough Dodge.
Yeah, I don't know if he just wasn't expecting the. I mean, that happened so fast. I don't think he was expecting that checkup like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough break, you know. And if you're iRacing and that happens to you, and you don't know what to do, the best thing to do is just get on the radio. Hey, man, I'm sorry, I screwed up on me. This is iRacing. We have so many tough guys on the radio in iRacing. You have no idea how many people that you have no idea who they are. It's pretty funny. Uh, I was in a room the other night and there was one guy heckling and it was the funniest thing. He was great. He was in the back of the pack, just kind of having fun messing with everybody and he knew he was in the back of the pack. He didn't care. He was just enjoying himself and he made us happy too. You meet all kinds of characters in iRacing.
Yeah, you do.
I think I got involved with you crazy guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters here at CJR.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Got to come across with 30 laps to go here. Stafford looking to get another good jump, but we've seen Morton get a lot of good jump from that outside line. Not as good as the past because here it goes Stafford out front again. And this time McPeak gets way underneath. He's going to come out down the back straightaway. Can't quite clear that 4 car, and they're going to continue that battle going into 3 and 4.
Oh, Morton up into the wall
pin
just
him
a little
down.
bit.
That's what happened. He tried to pin him down just a little bit coming off that corner, and he got him loose. And this time he was able to hold on, so there wasn't any big caution. But everybody's doing everything they can to try to catch up to Stafford, and I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Morton's running some great times already, and he's not gaining on him. Klingelhofer, another car in that 25, he's settling down, getting in his rhythm. I think that 25 car is going to be more of a problem than we think by the end of this thing. And behind him is the Vaden car, the 79. He's been battling all night. And 91 of Mr. Nelson has moved into the top 5. Whoa, no! And there goes the 75 car.
Yeah, that was Chase Salmon getting loose again. Looks like he was able to say, I was going to say, it looked like Waylon Nelson's missing a front bumper there, so he's getting all the cooling he needs into that engine block.
Looking more like a modified, which is what I like to see, of course.
And that lap, actually, Mark Morton running the hot lap about a 10th faster than Joe Stafford, so if this thing stays green and he continues that trend, I mean, that's great news for the Ford car there. Let's see if we can have a good green flag run for the end of this thing like the last race.
Now, Stafford last race had gone out to about a 6 or 7 second lead, and right now he's just barely hovering over a half second. So we'll keep an eye on that over the next couple of laps to see if he's actually pulling away. But right now we just got the 25 to go. It's go time now. You can't save anymore. You have to be on the loud pedal at this point. As you see Griswold trying to make a move on the 81 of Deitch. Oh, I'm sorry, the 14 car of Albertson. All right, there we go.
Yeah, that's Albertson coming back to the lead here. Looks like Stafford might have just been saving his tires for a couple laps because he's back to running fastest laps around this track.
There they are. And there goes Stafford. Stafford's waving by. There's nothing really the 4 car can do at this point. Because all of a sudden, Stafford in 3 laps.
Yeah, it looks like we get
another caution. Oh. I was saying Stafford had already. Oh, man, the 71 car. 71 car was one of the fastest cars on the track in the last race. Now that the track has changed and it's a lot harder, a lot of these guys are struggling because we just had our 16th caution. So track temperature definitely making a difference.
Yeah, you wondering if people can organize a late pit stop here, maybe to get the advantage on the 75 car at Stafford, but
They're gonna need rocket boosters.
yeah, just not a lot of cars are wanting to lose any sort of track position at this point. So
Well, at this point, if you haven't pit, then it's too late.
yeah,
So, by the time we get going again, it's probably going to be 19 laps. And if you're going to be back in, say 10th or 11th spot, you're probably might have a shot at this. But if you go into pit now, you're going to be back in like 15th or 16th. So, and we've seen what happens when you get stuck back there. We saw that with, I think it was Campbell. He was running the front, did a later pit stop, then he got caught up in everybody's mess in the back. So he's been able to battle his way back up to 10th spot, but he definitely does not have the car that he had earlier because of the other issues that other people had that he got stuck in the middle of.
yeah, I don't think the fall off has been quite as bad. They're running in the 18th before that caution came out. Best lap times for anyone tonight's 18.6. So tires might not be the play. I'm assuming they still have tires to get to. So I think people are electing track position over fresh tires at this point.
Yeah. But if you're looking up front, we got a lot of fast cars that we didn't see in the last race. I'm curious about that 25. I want to see what he can do. And you know what? He doesn't get a bad start in that third spot. He's going to be real close to Morton going into the corner, and those two are going to end up battling out in the next couple of laps. Behind him, Vaden has moved his way forward as well, and Nelson is in that fifth spot. Nelson trying to stay up in the back of this pack. He's trying to catch up and make it a fight with Vaden, and Vaden's had his issues before. I don't think his car is handling as well as it was, but Nelson has that open grill, I believe, so he's kind of has that parachute. So I kind of wish his car was in better shape. I'd really like to see what he can do. Now you're starting to see it become a problem as those other cars are just slightly pulling away. He's fast enough to cause problems with trying to get him around him, but he's just not fast enough to gain on other cars. Everybody kind of lining up. Real gas holes right now, the top 15 or so. They're just running around trying to click off the laps. It's been a survival game this time. As you see the 4 of Morton get squirrely coming off the corner there. That's just going to allow Morton and some of these other cars, Stafford rather, to pull away from him. It's going to allow Klingelhofer to move forward. Yeah, my Boston accent with some of these names, man, it just doesn't work. We got to come up with some nicknames. Nelson looking strong in that fifth position. I like what I'm seeing. As you see the 14 car, I think, get a little squirrely there. He's had issues this race as well. I think Griswold battling with Campbell now, going down the back straightaway. They're battling for 7th spot right now, trying to both of them catch up to Michael Deitch, that's in that 6th position. He's battling with Nelson now. Couple of good battles all over the track right now, and even for positions, we have about 12 laps to go. These guys know it's go time. 28 Ledger going way low, staying out of everybody's way. Good sportsmanship out of him as always. One of the nicest guys in the league.
The 91 in the wall, they're going to allow Michael Deitch to pull up. So it looks like the lap traffic is checking up Deitch a tiny bit there, but 81's still able to roll on the inside here. Looking to get this pass done with 10 to go.
I think Griswold might be loose on entry.
Oh, we have a car on the inside wall. That's Trevor Vaden.
No!
We had the the issue earlier, just catches that outside wall and misses that bumper, laying on the track just barely, and just was never able to collect that thing coming out of 2. Car got light on him and just slid to the inside wall there.
So easy to do.
We will have a quick shootout here for the checkered flag of race 2 of 2 tonight.
17 cautions on the night. Well, in this race, actually, I should say. No, I'm sorry to see that 71 car. I'm sorry to see him where he is. He was very fast earlier and then had a little mishap. I can't wait to see what he can do at some of these other tracks. I personally would, you know, we can all be coach quarterbacks, but I absolutely hate the way the ARCA series is set up. I love these cars on more of a short track. You know, Nashville Speedway is one of my favorite tracks. I would love to see that on, you know, this loop multiple times and, you know, just such a fast track and a beautiful one as well. Now, some of these other Iowa is another track I can't wait to see these cars at. I'd love to see him at Stafford. Stafford would be real difficult for these cars. Stafford's a flat track, you know, and half mile carry a lot of speed down the corners. It's built for modifieds, those big 15-inch tires, not these 10-inch tires that you see on these cars. So these cars are a lot of fun to drive, especially on the short track. When you get them on the bigger tracks, they're kind of unrealistic, especially with the drafting. Tommy, you and I were talking about it earlier, and it's almost as if it's too good to be true. Well, it is too good to be true as far as the drafting goes. And I'm not sure what these guys are doing by going way up high like that. I don't know if that's something I'd want to do with all the marbles up there. Well, we're going to find out right now because here comes the pace car. 6 laps to go to find out who gets the trophy. Stafford's been the leader all night long. Once again, gets a good jump, but this time Morton stays a little closer, and so doesn't Klingelhofer. And Klingelhofer is going to move underneath, and he's trying to come off the corner.
Just can't get the power down there.
Just cannot get the momentum off the corners like Morton can. And Morton's going to be difficult to catch now because he is just moving away in that nice fresh air.
Yeah, and you see the 81 and 00 Garth Griswold going at it, beating and banging down the backstretch, going into 3 and 4, and 00 is trying to save the car. He has some space too, and he's gonna eventually get turned around and face the outside wall there.
Green-white checkered shootout.
He was trying to save that thing. The 81 and Michael Deitch and 00 Garth Griswold. Door banging going into 3 and just enough to upset the 00's car there. Don't think he was in much control of the car for most of the corner there. So
yeah, you know, I mean, Deitch was underneath him, and you know, Griswold kind of was a little loose, and they touched, and that's what just upset that 00 enough to send them flying. Yeah. You know, that's kind of an unfair view. That looked like the 81 came up, but tough break for Griswold.
I always feel like when I get into a wreck and I have to put the car in reverse, like it's just a little bit more of a sting.
Oh, it's like somebody pulling your sweatpants down in gym class. It is such a disappointment, man.
You never want to use that reverse gear for the entire race.
Oh, it's so horrible. It is absolutely horrible. It's the worst. But hey, you know, it happens to the best of us, you know? But it's been a Stafford show tonight. Both races. I mean, unless Morton installed nitrous on that last pit stop, I don't know if he's gonna be able to catch him. But I don't know if these guys are trying to cool their tires maybe by going way up top like that.
It might just be trying to get in 75's head. I don't know.
I mean, there is marbles up there. I mean, they do have the new marble package. I think maybe they're trying to cool down their tires just a bit. Yeah, it's to be quite honest with you, he's going to try just about everything in the book at this point. I mean, he's been very fast. This has been a very impressive run by him. And I think this is his race if Stafford, doesn't show up tonight. Just Stafford he's just been the class of the field, even though it's a Ford Mustang.
Pace car's off for possibly the last time tonight as we get the final restart underway.
Here we go, off into the corner. The 4-car doing everything he can to catch up with that 75. Gets a good off, but just not as good as the 75.
And look at Waylon Nelson battling on the outside with that damaged race car hard into the outside wall there. And that car might just have even more damage now, as hard as that is to believe. And we see Morton get to the bumper of the 75, getting him a little bit loose. Coming to the checkered flag. 4-car on the outside. 75 able to survive. The 4 coming off the wall and take the checkered.
The 4-car made it interesting. He gave it everything he could, but further back in the field, there were cars going frontwards, sideways, backwards, left, right, upside down, and you name it. But wow.
Let's back it up here because I saw the 4-car Mark Morton drive up to the... Oh, it looks like the 75 got on the outside wall in the front stretch just to make it a little bit interesting. 4-car getting a great angle down into turns 1 and 2. Almost just turned the 75 car coming on the backstretch.
Yep.
And just gave it everything he had, all the wheel he had coming out of Ford.
Crunches
into that outside wall. Still able to secure P2, and Carson Klingelhofer able to secure P3 there.
Yeah, then further on to the fit, everybody just, wow. The junkyard back there now. Oh,
Michael Deitch almost clearing out the 91. 91 still trying to save the car.
Oh, he gets up into the 16.
No.
Oh,
luckily it looks like everyone got across the line before. Oh, man. It's a good thing this is just the sim, or else it'd be an expensive week for a lot of people.
It would be, but you know what? That's one of the funny things about iRacing, and all those guys that just slammed into each other like that, it can't be mad, and they're not mad. They're all laughing at what just happened.
Yeah.
And at the end of the race, that's just one of the benefits of having sim racing. But Stafford doubles up tonight. Impressive run by Mr. Stafford tonight, Tommy.
Yeah, he almost sold it on the last lap, getting on the outside wall, but just too good to let that mistake overcome his win. But you see him burning it down there on the front stretch.
No, I never asked you, do you like Tommy or do you like Thomas?
Normally I just go by Thomas, but
yeah, I don't really care. I don't really care. I'm just making it sound like I care. I'm going to call you Chachi either way. So
that's fine.
You know, I had to bring you that up tonight while we're waiting for everybody to climb into the booth with us.
Looks like we have Carson Klingelhofer in the podium finishers channel, so let's pull him up for a quick interview here. Hey Carson, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, so a pretty dramatic finish to that race there. You saw Joe Stafford get into the wall, allowing Mark Morton to drive up to his bumper. You were in a prime position in case they got together and could have stole that thing potentially.
Oh yeah, I was hoping something happened, but Mark's my teammate, so I was sitting there. I'm like, I'm okay if we finish in the same podium, not same podium, but on the podium. I didn't care how, as long as we just finished. At
Uh,
75, though, I was really hoping that we would get to him. That guy was super dominant on those starts. Just
Yeah.
I was trying to give him a little bit of advice, like get your left front tire in front of his right front, so if you can hear him get that engine RPM up, you'll be able to be on relevantly the same starting position.
Now, Carson, where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
Ohio. Oh, okay. All right. I was wondering where that little accent came from right there. So now you're 16 years old. You come into the field tonight, and you had a great run this second race. Do you have your driver's license yet?
Yes, sir, I do.
You do. And do you race for real, or is this just that?
I race for real. I've been
And,
racing a modified for 2 years, and
and
this
dirt
year I'm looking into racing a modified street stock and late model
and dirt, right?
asphalt.
Really? Modifieds and
Yep.
asphalt in Ohio?
Yep.
Supermods?
There's what?
Not supermods.
Not a super mod. Uh,
Like
is
the
some
ones
called
we
a
have out
Midwest
east?
modified? I do
Like
not think so. We run a skinnier tire and a completely custom frame. It's a
oh,
lot of
okay.
different stuff compared to those.
Alright.
Um,
It
y-
looks like a
you'll
dirt modified kinda.
Yeah, I can see where the confusion gets around because some people will comment on like some of my social media posts and say that looks like an old '90s modified. I love it and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you guys run on. We call them the past modifieds out here, and you run, I think, a 302 crate motor?
Actually, we have a open motor rule to where you can run
Ooh.
any motor you want. So you can run a V6 all the way. Technically, you could run a V12, but no one's going to run that. You can run a yeah. It's interesting.
like
I run
a
a
Cessna.
355. Yeah,
350.
and in ways you could.
Well,
You could run.
I've got a 23-degree motor in my garage I'll let you borrow, so,
Oh yeah, I'm currently
yeah.
running off of a 355 small block.
Alright, nice. So, like
Yep.
what we would call an SK modified motor out here. So,
Yeah.
I'm just proud of you that you're in a modified. Anytime I hear modified, I get all excited coming from New England.
Oh yeah.
Well, hey, man, congratulations. Excellent run, and, we're gonna see you next race?
Yeah, I'll try and make it.
Alright, well, good luck to you, man. Hopefully, we'll talk to you in the podium finishing afterwards.
All right. Thank you for having me. I
Alright?
greatly appreciate it.
Yep, you have a good rest of your evening. Real quick, did you have any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
Probably just our owner, Waylon Nelson. He's been helping me a good amount, helping me with all the steering setups and all that stuff. But he's a
Yeah,
great guy, and just all my teammates, they help me so much. Great communicating, all that fun stuff.
yeah, Waylon he had a pretty good race going until
Yeah,
some issues occurred, but yeah,
he still finished ninth. So,
Yeah.
definitely great drive by all you guys tonight, and good job on the P3. You have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
That was
ooh, man,
Carson Klingelhofer, real world race car driver. So yes,
yeah.
CGR does have actual drivers in the sim league. So if you're one of those and looking to get involved, this is open league, or open series, ARCA series. So be sure to come out for that.
I actually was in a charity race, and it had actual modified drivers that run weekly at Stafford, and also some of the guys from the NASCAR Modified Tour I was racing with. I wasn't racing well with them, but I was racing with them. That's one of the great things about iRacing. There's always a hosted event, or
Uh-huh.
you can host your own event and just do whatever. I encourage everybody to try it. So much fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool if one day CGR had some sort of modified league, asphalt modified league. But moving on, looks like Mark Morton is in the podium channel. Let's pull him up. Hey, Mark, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. I got.
So race 1 obviously didn't end the way you wanted it to, but able to bounce back for race 2 and get P2. How was the car out there on that hot track?
Honestly, it felt like I was running like a shorter version of Homestead. Like she was super slick, and I was fighting her towards the later of the run, coming out the corners. I almost lost it twice. I lost it once underneath Nathaniel, but luckily I only had about 36 seconds worth of damage. So I was able to get her fixed up and come back through the field. I was hoping I was going to get collected like I did in the first race, but
Yeah.
I was definitely able to come back through the field, thankfully, and I really wanted the last 20 laps to go green because I was listening to the stream, and you guys are I don't know which one you said it, but I did install NOS on that pit stop.
Yeah, we saw the 75 get into the wall there, and you
Yeah.
were able to drive to his bumper. So we were expecting anything to happen.
gave
from
it.
that point.
Yeah,
you gave it everything you had to try to get to him.
yeah, I definitely like when he hit the wall. I was licking my chops. My left leg was twitching, and I was like, and I was just like, oh God, here we go. And he was a class of the field, and I'm not that kind of racer. I wasn't gonna semi Smith him. So like, I mean, like I said, he was a class of the field. I respect him. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I'll come home. I'm okay with P2. Like I really wanted that win because like this second race it was revenge. It was like my revenge race. But like I said, I'm happy with P2 and good. I would have loved to win, yes, but
better man than me, Mark.
Yeah,
Better man.
I don't because I'm trying to work my magic to get more to race in the Xfinity. Well, I secured my Xfinity spot. I want to get in the trucks and then the cup. Well, I don't know about the cup because I suck at the cup cars. But I just want to have a good reputation for my name rather than just like someone who just died Sammy Smith just to get a win. I know this is only my third ARCA race with you guys, and I've been up front all three races. I just had bad luck. And like I said, I want a good name for myself, not a shitbag name. Excuse my language.
No, that's fine, and I completely get where you're coming from with that, especially when you're trying to get some notice from other teams and trying to get a ride further up in the other series. Each week we seem like we're calling your name, and you're like one of the top movers of the race, moving up a lot of positions. So for you to finish P2 here and us be able to talk to you finally is it was a great finish by you here.
Oh, yeah,
we were expecting to talk to you last race, but as you said, you got caught up in some stuff. So great revenge race from you here. So looking forward, looks like we have Irwindale as our next track. Are you going to be back for that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I'm going to be here every single race of the season unless something happens with the military. So I was slated to go to California in April, but I'm not going anymore. But no, like you guys said, I got some bad luck the last race, and come to find out the guy who it was a racing incident, but and he apologized, so it's water under the bridge. I actually replaced him for the Xfinity race. Also, now that I have you guys' attention, I didn't hear you guys talk about Mark Morton, so I know it's similar.
That was last week. I think Bill's mentioned. Yeah.
So if you guys want to, I mean, I'm actually trying to work up a Xfinity paint scheme for Mark Martin.
Okay.
So
I like it.
There you go. I'm okay with Mark Martin.
No, where are you from?
So I'm actually I'm originally from Georgia, but right now I'm up here in Colorado.
Oh, Colorado! Wow, man, it must be cold because. Ooh, yeah, Colorado. Well, thank you for my freedom serving our country. I do appreciate it. And looking forward to seeing you next week. And I want to see you with that checkered flag by the end of the season.
Don't jinx me now, Mr. Billy. I'm I want it, but like I said, I'm not going to I'm not going to be that racer to get it. Like if it happens, it happens.
So you said you're going to be in an Xfinity car. Is that going to be for is that next week you said?
Yes. So I ran the Xfinity at Homestead,
Okay.
and I was the 39, and I'm actually racing with Tipton Harding Motorsports.
Yep. Ooh,
Gotcha.
good.
At
They were
Martinsville this week?
Yes, it's Martinsville this weekend. That's one of my
Nice,
good
man.
tracks. However, the setup that we got, whoo.
What, little squirrely coming off or what?
Yeah, she's a little squirrely. I have to try another setup, and I'll try that during practice tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping because I think I don't think the setup is up. The lobby is up yet, so I'm able to practice it.
Yeah.
So I just kind of did like a little test drive, and I mean I know like I got to figure out what the track temp, all that stuff is for the lobby, so that way I can jump in there and actually try it.
Well, look, I have a little bit of advice for you. Don't spend too much money on a Martinsville setup because a lot of the time it really doesn't come down to the setup unless there's like a good green flag run, which isn't too often at Martinsville. But yeah, good luck with that, man, and we'll be sure to be looking out for you when we call that race.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I learned my lesson not to buy setups. I have a big community of buddies that somehow, some
There you
way
go.
can throw me one.
There you go.
Um,
Well, look, man, you got any shout outs you want to give before you head out tonight?
yes, most definitely. First and foremost, I would like to thank my wife because she's standing right here. See, she's sitting next to me, giving me the evil look. So she's definitely the first one. Definitely Nelson, Nelson Roofing, and all those guys. Everybody in Team 9. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but we were like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for a while there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, we were plotting on Joe trying to get him out of there, but like I said, I wasn't gonna get him that way. But Scooter's Coffee and Wagner's Welding, and of course you guys for taking time out of your day and putting on a heck of a stream for up on Twitch.
Well,
Yeah.
it's our honor, and I'll tell you what, Mark. I hope your wife enjoys the cruise that you are going to surprise her with later on. So now that you told us that she was next to you, congratulations! Enjoy your trip.
I appreciate it. She's looking at me. She's looking at me like with big eyes, like, "Oh, we're going on a cruise." I'll send her, but I can't go.
Never tell me that your wife is watching. The rule number one.
Oh, she watches all the time. She once the baby's down, she'll come and sit here and watch me. So like that's extra added pressure for me to do good.
Yeah, I like to call the wife the crew chief, the real crew chief. So whatever.
Oh yeah, she I think it was Homestead. She was watching me race, and I forgot who it was. She's like putting her hands in front of my monitor, like tell him to get out of the way, like Luke trying to put some evil juju on him.
See
That's
that?
amazing.
He's got his little helper in the car.
Yeah.
She tells him where to go.
Oh, she does. She most definitely does. And if I get wrecked out, she's like, she turns Hispanic and she kind of hits me upside the head with a flip flop.
There you go.
I love it.
Well, you
That's
have a good
awesome.
rest of your evening, good rest of your week. We'll be sure to look out for you there at Martinsville. But good finish here tonight, P2 in the second race of Kern County Raceway. So good job, Mark.
I appreciate it, guys. Hopefully I can talk to you more so we can have some more giggles.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy.
All right.
We
Have
will.
a good evening.
You guys do.
Oh man.
That was Mark Martin, driver of the 4-car, finishing P2 in race 2 tonight here at Kern County Raceway. Able to have a successful race after a tough first race for Mark, but great bounce back for him. And he'll be driving, I forget what car number he said, but for Tipton Harding on Tuesday night at Martinsville. 39 car. Thanks, Bill. Your memory's better than mine, and I'm younger than you. That's not a good thing for me, but it's just the way it is.
It's not off and I'm right, and I'm probably wrong, so don't hold me to it.
And moving on, last but not least, Joe Stafford yet again winning 2 races of 2 tonight here at Kern County Raceway. We'll grab him, pull him up into the booth. Hey, Joe, in your booth. You're in the booth yet again tonight. Great job finishing P1. We saw you go into the outside wall there. with one to go. Were you expecting some sort of lunge there, bumper bump, or what?
Just an honest mistake on my part. Racing out of my mirror, which I shouldn't be doing, and I wasn't doing the whole race until the last restart because I knew Mark was fast. He was fast in the first race, kind of got screwed over, I guess, in the first race somehow, and I think he found himself in the back of this race as well. But he's a quick racer and got himself back up there, and I knew he had something for me. So I was driving in my mirror and just drove it into the wall.
Yeah, were you expecting like a shot or something going into 1 and 2, or were you thinking he was going to race you clean?
No, I think I thought he was going to race me clean. I mean, Mark's a great racer. We were talking a little bit after the first race as well. So yeah, I didn't expect any shot. And honestly, if he gave me one, that's just racing, especially here on the short track. So I expected it, but then again, I didn't, just because of the racer he is, and he's a great guy.
Well, I don't think it's much you have to worry about from the sounds of it. His wife would have put you in the wall on, with 2 to go. So she's over his shoulder screaming at him, take him out, take him out. But it's Joe. Again, you just had the dominant car, and Morton made it close at the end. He definitely made it interesting, but I mean, what can I say? Congratulations! I mean, just an impressive run both races.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And shout out to my dad and all my friends, John at home, my mom watching, and shout out to Factory Motorsports for giving me the opportunity this year. I always appreciate it. Chester Water Authority for always supporting me with sim racing and through everything, and Money House Racing and Shadow Realm Drift. Shout out to those guys too. Those boys are awesome.
Awesome. Great
Yep.
job.
Well, we won't keep you any later tonight. I know it's already getting pretty late, but great job on finishing P1 for both races. And are we going to see you next week at Irwindale?
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you guys too.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Well, you have a good rest of your week. Are you racing Xfinity or Cup this week?
Yeah, I'll be in the Xfinity race at Martinsville.
Okay.
On Tuesday.
All right.
Ooh,
Cool. And
what
what car number will you be driving?
I'll be in the 2 car for Factory Motorsports.
2 car.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'll definitely note that down, and we'll look out for you there. Martinsville, definitely a tough track for us to get around safely, but yeah, we'll be looking out. You have a good rest of your night, man.
Thanks. Hopefully talk to you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Factory Motorsports making a move, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Able to scrape up some money to put Joe in a car for Martinsville on Tuesday. I don't know. Actually, is he a regular for Xfinity? I gotta double check now.
I don't think Joe is definitely not in the 2 car.
Yeah, let me see. Series.
Although I do so many leagues, I forget. Xander Short is the 2, I think.
Let's see. Joe Stafford. Yeah, he hasn't started any races, so this would be his first race in the Xfinity car.
Yeah, that's what I thought. At Martinsville, a short track.
That's a tough way to start, but definitely be watching out for him. He has a lot of speed, so great driver.
Yeah, it's good. And we're gonna have him moving up Xfinity Series this week. Also, we're gonna have Morton is also gonna be working for Tipton Harding Motorsports. So another team making a move.
Yep. Yeah. It'll be fun to watch on Tuesday. Definitely be Martinsville, it brings out a lot of aggression and tempers, so it'll be an interesting night, but hopefully we can get around there without too many issues.
Yeah.
Here, just one bonus quick interview. Michael Deitch has been asking to get pulled up in the booth all night, so let me pull him up just for a couple of questions.
yell at me for mispronouncing his name all night.
Mike, we got you in the booth. Sorry, I just saw your chat message, but you got us.
Yep.
Hey man, hey man, yeah, this is like just a bonus interview for the remaining people in the chat. Where did you finish tonight? Where did you finish?
I was fourth.
Yes, well,
I was looking to the inside of Waylon Nelson there, and I don't know if you saw, but he came down at me like a crazy person, and he just kind of cleaned himself out and the 16, and he tried to make it like it was my fault, but he was holding up everyone behind us because he doesn't have a nose.
Right.
So he pretty much did that to himself, but you know, I think if you finish fourth twice at Kern, which is like a track that hasn't been exactly great for me
Uh-huh.
in other stuff,
yeah.
that's a pretty good day.
Yeah.
I'm happy with anything in the top 10 at this track. It's a difficult track.
Oh yeah.
So now have I been butchering your name all night?
What have you been saying?
I've kind of been going back and forth between Deitch and Deitch.
Okay, so it's Deitch.
Oh,
It
It's
is
Deitch.
Deitch.
so I've been
Damn it.
butchering it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Bill, I know you do the cup races, so you've been saying it right. I know Nathaniel's been saying it right, but you guys aren't the first one to get that wrong.
Yeah.
thank God. It's the first time a guy with a Boston accent pronounced the name right.
Wow.
Well, yeah, great job on the two fourth places tonight. Finishing
Yeah.
top 5 on both races. That's definitely a great result for tonight. Are you going to be at Irwindale next week?
The supposed plan is that I run all of the ARCA races, National East West.
Okay.
So yeah, the hope is I'm gonna run everything.
All right, man. Well, good job on P4. And any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
Shout out to everyone at H.O.F Deitch Racing for putting me in a position where I can run at the front most of these races.
Yeah.
I'm excited to I'm excited for the week ahead because Martinsville is pretty good to me. I did a truck race today and did really well with that, and hopefully this is a sign of good things for our team because we have good pace in all the series. We just need to let to be in our favor.
Yeah.
So hopefully that starts tomorrow. Well, it started today, so hopefully we can continue
There you
that
go.
into the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Right.
hopefully Martinsville is good to you guys and you have a strong week this week. But yeah, and Bill, you got anything else for him?
Yeah, I'm just thinking I've never heard anybody say they were looking forward to Martinsville before. So we've seen you in every series. You're fast everywhere we go. So you have been one of those guys that I've talked about every week about being snake bitten. There's a couple of very fast drivers, very talented drivers that have not finished above the 20th position because of somebody else's mess. So hopefully the bad luck is gone. The first couple of races are over and things get back into a good pace for you.
Yeah, it didn't help that, we started the season at a couple of drafting tracks where, crashes are pretty much inevitable. And like the last two races in the Dash series, we had top 10 speed, but ultimately got caught up in a wreck that was either my fault, well, Vegas was my fault, and then at Homestead, Ted Lisby happened. But yeah, you're absolutely right. We've been having a lot of great pace in everything we've run. It's shown today. We've been showing
Yep.
it all year,
Yep.
and hopefully, like you said, the racing gods will be in our favor for once.
Yeah. And if not, you just got to come back the next week and keep going. So, again, another strong performance, both races by you. You were very fast. So it's going to come around. It's going to get there. We're going to be talking to you a lot this year, I think.
I'm looking forward to it, guys.
All right, buddy. We'll see you. Have a good night, bud.
All right, you two boys, take care.
Yep. See you, man.
And, you know, that is definitely one of the guys. I know I said it last Wednesday night. Guys that have been just snake bit this year, you know, and you know, you're one of them too in the Cup Series. You've had, you know, a few races where some bad luck has bit you. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just how racing is, and you know, Deitch is one of those guys that just has not been able to show his potential because of other people's mishaps. So, but it's going to come around for him, and don't be surprised if you see him in winner's circle.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Definitely always show some pace each week. So good job for him to finish top 5 both races tonight. Well, Bill, it's getting very late. I think I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Guys in chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. If you're still in chat, be sure to hit the follow so you know when we go live for more races. Tomorrow night we'll be having the trucks, I believe, at Martinsville. And then Tuesday night, Xfinity at Martinsville. Wednesday night, Cup Series at Martinsville yet again. I'll actually be, unfortunately, I'll be out of town this week, so I won't be able to run. But Jacob Quill will be in the 94 machine. So wherever I am at the time of the race, I'll be sure to tune in and see how he's doing. But yeah, thanks so much for coming out, guys, and you guys have a good rest of your evening, and you guys have a great week. Make it a great week, and be sure to come back to CJR Racing Network to catch some more action this week. Y'all have a good one.